I did the most childish thing I've ever done in my life last night.
Whoa. This. You better bring the heat because you are a big dumb baby. Like you've done a lot of childish things.
I drank so much soda I just threw up.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I'm getting nervous, John.
What's up?
I'm getting a lot of good news in a row. Well, it's mostly Mets, but just good things keep happening with the Mets. And in my experience, like that means that, the other shoe's about to drop. Like the Steve Cohen thing happens, and then like Theo Epstein's going to be available. Now Robinson Cano gets popped for steroids. That's $24 million off the books, and we're potentially getting rid of like this old ass second baseman that I hate. So like,
I didn't realize you guys still had 2 more years of them, though.
So many years.
3 more years.
3 more.
Yeah,
it's through 2023, I think.
It's-
So I was hoping like, oh, we only have 2 left, and this is 1 off. So we still have a long way to go.
I can't believe. So last year they offered him a $100 million 4-year contract.
No, he signed a 10-year deal.
Oh, that's right.
This is from his. They traded him. So
yeah.
that was part of it. The Mariners were like, oh, take him. He's here forever at $24 million a year. But now, like, I could see Steve Cohen being like, okay, you're just gone. Like, there's no way they're gonna hopefully either put Jeff McNeil back at second where he belongs, or you do, you go.
But you're just gone, but you still have to pay him, right?
No, I think you like forfeit it when it's like a. Tommy said that at least. I don't know.
It was a PED
So
situation?
because it's his second pop, so he's gone for the season. And I don't know if
You
it's
could do
like
like a character clause type deal.
maybe something like that.
But if he didn't lose it of his last, when was the last one? 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Not even sure.
I
Did he
feel
not
like that
lose it then?
one.
Can you look this up? Just what happens to your contract when you get hit for steroids, Nick? But either way, I can't imagine. This is like, this is almost like a breakups happened, and then it's like you're gonna get back together with him. I could see Steve Cohen being like, "I know we have 2 more years, but like you're just gone now,"
Right.
Or like, yeah, you're still on the team, but like you're not gonna be our starting second baseman anymore. I can't imagine if I had big money and I came in, I'd be like, I'm not gonna like old owners were like, we have to play the money because fuck that. Goodbye. Go get Javi Baez. Bring him in. Like, whatever. But something, what is scary is the expectations are so high. Steve Cohen came in and said 3 to 5 years, like, which is bold. But it is kind of like that's what the Sox did. That's what the Cubs did. Maybe not the Cubs, a few more years. But, like,
Cubs were around there, right? Dodgers were.
I think so. The Dodgers took longer,
but they were there right away.
Right. They were in the playoffs every year right away. So he put the pressure on himself. But what scares me is this Theo Epstein thing where it's like the fans are like, go get Theo Epstein,
I don't think Theo wants to do it.
I don't think he does
Like,
either.
I don't think it's Mets. I don't think Theo is interested in baseball anymore.
Well, yes. I could see that. Anything about the money, Nick?
Yeah, it looks like suspension without pay.
Right, but like
Perfect.
the future of the contract was what we were concerned about.
Yeah, no, but even I mean, I think you'll come back to it. Yeah, like next year and the year after that, he'll get his money. But for this year, 24, not counting against your cap and all that shit, the luxury tax. I think Theo Epstein is a lunatic. I think he does want a year off, but I think Steve Cohen will.
But he had the quote where it's like baseball's ruined. He's like, I don't even like baseball anymore. He's like, it's my fault.
Because of the way he does things.
He's like, it's not my fault, but he's like, I played a significant role in it, and like. It seemed like I forget there was like that Nationals player who was like, I don't like baseball.
Yeah, Anthony Rendon.
Yeah. Oh, there was Rendon. Oh,
yep.
Okay.
There's a basketball player too. I think in the draft tonight, Anthony Brewer. I think is his name, something like that. And he was like, I love football, but the first time I dunked a basketball, I was like, well, I'm good at this, and I hung up the cleats. And I thought that was pretty. And he said that he's like, I don't love basketball, but I'm good at it. And I think there's something very realistic about that, especially in sports, where I bet you if people were more honest with themselves. Like when you are if you're a superstar, you probably love it. If you're really good, I don't think you love it. I think you're like, I like almost owe it to myself and my family to like pursue this.
Right.
But it's not fun, you know. It's like a job when you're 16.
Like
you know,
Chris Herron's story is always,
right.
He's like, I was really good at basketball,
so I had to do it.
People were like, you should play basketball.
Right.
I don't really care about this game.
Right. But
although he does, like, he likes coaching it, but he didn't care for playing.
I think that's different. His whole story by the time he became a coach is probably his outlook's very different after everything he went through. But I could just see it being like, if you ask like a 15-year-old what he wants to do, it's I want to play video games, jerk off, ride my bike. Like, I don't want to like run suicides all night.
You can grow to resent it pretty quickly, I imagine.
But then I also think that, I personally like the happiness and like confidence I would get out of being awesome at something, you know? Like if you told me like right now, if I was like the same person I am, but you told me I could be an awesome fucking playing at an instrument or something like that, I'd probably do it just to be like, I'm the best.
Yeah.
You know? I was trying, I mean, like,
Also, instruments are easy because no one even fucking.
What if
most people know what good basketball is. Most people don't know what a
if
good
I
guitar
said you
player
could
is.
be amazing like gold medalist swimmer? I was gonna say gymnast. I don't think I would do gymnast. That life kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But like, all right. What about gymnast? What if I say you could be a gold medal gymnast?
I'm not interested.
Probably not. What about? So girls are usually better with the gymnast shit. Like a girl, I think would be like, yeah, you'll be a superstar. You'd be a gold medal swimmer. You'll be like a Michael Phelps, or maybe not Michael Phelps because he's like the best, but like you'd be Ian.
Be Lochte.
Yeah, Lochte. Like where it's like I didn't grow up watching swimming. I don't love this game. It's not cool like football, basketball, baseball. But like they're telling me that my body and my skills, like you can win a gold medal. Would you do it and be like, I'm just awesome at something?
I don't think so.
Yeah?
I don't think swimming does it for me. I don't think it moves the
It
needle.
definitely doesn't do it for me.
Right.
Swimming. But like gold medal and like
I don't know.
all right, what about if I could tell you you're Michael Phelps? What if I gave you that level of success? But you have to like train.
It'd be hard to turn down Phelps, but even that, like, I believe it was with Anderson Cooper, where he did an interview once, and it was like, I think it was after Rio, maybe, or I don't remember where the Summer Olympics were, and he was like, I don't think Michael Phelps liked swimming.
No.
Like, it was like Anderson Cooper and him were jumping in the pool, and he was like, this is my first time. It was like a year after the Olympics. He's like, this is my first time swimming since.
Well, sincerely, one of the most ridiculous moments in like human history was the apology tour he had to go on for smoking weed.
Yeah.
For smoking
It
fucking
is actually
weed.
It's weird how like much society has like how much change has happened just in our life.
Quickly
Like
with
very
weed.
fast.
Yeah.
But, like I mean like just there's so much stuff, but like weed was one where that was
a drug.
that was very
That
good.
was, you know.
I started when like in school it was like stay off the dope, say nope to dope, stay
Right.
off weeds, it's a gateway drug and you're gonna like do heroin and die if you start smoking weed now.
Right. Imagine
And now-
imagine if they were just teaching like, yeah, smoke some weed, stay away from opiates, stay away from heroin, like the true epidemic, and it would be like,
Yeah, they made weed sound a lot cooler than it is.
yeah,
I was like, I gotta try this stuff.
right,
man.
the gateway. Let's
And
go.
did it
I want to go
just-
through the gate.
Just did it and fell asleep.
Yeah, that was nuts, and I could see, you know, Phelps was like a normal cat. It was like I want to rip the bong and like probably party and fuck chicks and stuff, and instead I've got to like swim 35,000. Even remember how much he used to eat?
Yeah.
Like even that, I'd be like, I'm eating like my 18th egg and my 30th bowl of pasta. Fuck this. So I mean, I said
Those
that
meals were insane.
I
Like,
mean,
they're
they
not
were- they
fun
were-
to eat.
No.
They're like 5,000 calorie
It's like
meals. he was
gorging
having.
yourself every time you sit down. You know, I said that I would do one of those things just to be like greatness and be like the confidence that comes with that. But as I think of it, it has to be the money, really. Like Michael Phelps, was he like big money?
I would guess he's
Yeah.
got a lot of endorsements and stuff. Like I don't think the third swimmer on that team has any
No,
money.
yeah, you
but
got to be
I
like the
think
top
Phelps
of
has
the
all
top.
of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that a lot of people in
80 million.
80
80
million,
million?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
big money. But he earned it. You know what I mean? Like that's a guy who fucking earned it. See a baseball player who's worth like $200 million. Like, you know, a swimmer, you got to be like in perfect condition, and it's stressful. And like I feel like the Olympics is weird. Coaches and trainers and shit in the Olympics, they'll fuck you and they'll like drag you.
Yeah,
to the
because they
ground.
start anyone who does anything with kids is weird, and
So
they
true.
start that so
So
young.
true.
Like you can be just a genuinely good person who truly wants to help children live a better life.
Nope, you're a pedophile.
And you're a fucking creep. If
You're
you
a
work
diddler.
With kids.
You're a
100%.
diddler.
Dude, we had a baseball coach when I was in Little League. Didn't have kids. They just coached us. Weird.
Rapist.
Real weird.
Rapist.
Him and the wife.
Oh, that's like they were kidnappers.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
And-
one man is like you're a diddler. A man and a woman is like, we can't have our own children, so we're gonna like scout out this team. We're gonna kidnap one.
And they
one
were
day.
they were bad. They were so bad. It
Bad
was
at coaching.
I
Do you
like-
think he'd be a good coach?
No, fuck no.
I was trying to think. Like I've watched baseball my whole life. I even played it like at a young level where it's like but I don't think I can remember like the drills and like what we did.
Oh, no.
Like if I told you right now, like go coach a practice, you don't have to go like win a championship or whatever. But would you like remember and like know how to do it? Like, all right, you know,
Baseball practice is pretty easy. You're just gonna hit your fungos. Like hockey, I would have a
basketball
hard
too.
time
Like
with.
it's like all right, like do the weave to like warm up, and then we'll like run through some plays, and then we'll do the mic and drill, and like I don't fucking remember this, you know. But
I have such so low self-confidence that I could never be a teacher or a coach because I'm just like, well, if I can do it, you should be able to do it.
I had this thought the other day about Jenga because I was watching people play Jenga, and I think Jenga has actually been so great for this office that many people have had like awesome moments and have won or whatever, and it's kind of in this harmless, funny parlor game, but also is like a competition, whatever. And I had the like horrible realization of how like little self-confidence I have to do anything. Where it was like, even with Jenga, I was apprehensive. I was like, well, what if I'm bad at Jenga? What if I like stink at Jenga on camera? I was like, who fucking cares, man? Like when I was young, I used to be like, yeah, all right, like it's time for basketball tryouts. Like I'm gonna fucking make the team. If something like that happened now, I'd be like, oh, I'll just sit this out.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even try
I'm not gonna try out for something. I could never put myself out there like that. No fucking way. That's so sad. That's a horrible lack of self-confidence.
And I think we very much have reached that point.
Yeah, big time. We embody that one.
not
No
interested.
fucking doubt. All right, coming in hot. We got a lot to talk about here today. It's brought to you by Trojan Tantrics, changing the game of masturbating. It's the year 2020, which means we're getting progressive. We're changing the norms. We're breaking down barriers. We got Harry Styles wearing dresses. And my friends, I'm going to lead the charge for masturbating for men. For centuries now, it's been the same old masturbation, right? It's just you and your hand, and you get the job done, and that's it. The women have had toys and gadgets and electronics and all sorts of stuff to make the whole experience 1,000 times better. We are late to the game, and it's time that we jump in the deep end too with some sex toys for boys, okay? We got the new Trojan Tantrics Pleasure Sleeve. It's a handheld, soft textured sheet, like really, really soft, that you can wrap around your dick and use that to get off, and it's 1,000 times better than just the flesh in your palm, okay? It's designed to enhance the sensation of every single stroke. It's got the textured ridges for maximum pleasure. I mean, how many times have you looked at the Trojan condoms and it says ribbed for her pleasure? Well, how about we do a little ribbed for his pleasure, okay? How about the guys get a little more pleasure out of this, okay? They're one-time use, they're disposable. You wrap it up with some lube and you go to town on yourself as you always would, except it feels 1,000 times better. Why not? Why would we not do this if we can just make our favorite pastime that much more enjoyable? It just makes everything better. Forget about the stigma. Forget about what you heard. Forget about the way your daddy and your granddaddy jerked off. It's time to do it 2020 style. So go get the Trojan Tantrics Pleasure Sleeve. Head over to Amazon, Walmart, Walmart.com. Make masturbation so much more than it's ever been. Okay, we got a few things to run through. First off with you. Sounds like you're going to get beat up by Vladimir Putin, you little bitch, boy! You little bitch! Heidelberg's going to get his shit run by Vladimir Putin because the internet says so.
It's one of the most insane things.
I will
Still
say
to
this.
this day, it really, like the response really bothers
It really bothers you. I can
Like-
tell.
like-
John texted me, I can't believe we're going to have to talk about this, but people think I can't beat up Vladimir Putin. It's one of my favorite text messages ever. And I can even see the way you sat up and you're like, the way your head moves, you're mad.
Like, yeah, it's fucking
Okay,
insane.
but I will say this. I didn't know that he himself, I know he's like 70 now and he's a little midget, but I didn't know he was also KGB back in the
I
day.
think it was KGB.
I mean, that does change things a little bit for me. It's like he's killed before and
With a gun.
maybe I could see, you know what those guys do? They all
5'7",
they all
165. Let me fight 156. Both those numbers are obviously high.
That
too.
guy has strangled people to death with like the piano wire and the sticks before. No
Sure,
doubt.
fine.
I'm just saying that's different than shooting people. You got to have like death in your hands to do that. I think also when I now know that you're KGB, I think I have like a hernia, I think, from like laughing and shit. That is bad. Talk about like I can't make the team anymore. I can't even like do a podcast without getting a hernia. So yeah, Vladimir could definitely beat me up and kill me. I think that once you're an ex-operative, he goes from being a 70-year-old frail man to having old man strength.
I don't think so.
Like when your dad's 70, he'll still kill motherfuckers.
I guess so.
And your dad's not like tall. He's brolic, but he's
Yeah.
not like 6'3".
No. But he's like, I mean, he's significantly taller than Putin.
Yeah. He's probably got like 5 inches on Putin. But it does change things a little. I always thought that he was like the politician. The KGB's around him. I didn't know that he himself was a KGB guy. But I also think the thing is here that people don't know that you can knock motherfuckers out.
I think people like it's one of those things
I don't
where
think they
people,
people
just
they
like
hear it maybe like here and there on a podcast. I don't think they get it. Like Feidelberg, and you don't want to talk about it, so you don't ever like embellish on it. But it's like Feidelberg has one punched a bunch of motherfuckers before, and they're like bigger than 5'6", 165. So I think if you catch
70 years old,
70, if you were to punch it, like you have knocked guys out who are like your age, like spry young men. I think if you were to punch a 70-year-old,
I think I'm gonna fucking double down on this. I don't think I even have to punch Putin. I think I would pick Putin up and slam him to the ground, and
Like
he
a
would be
choke slam?
unconscious. Yeah, I would pick him up and just be like, here,
Now
watch,
you're in the air.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Boom. Next. It wouldn't be hard. It would be so easy.
See, this is, but here you have made your own bet in this because of everything we just said a minute ago. It's like no one on this show, no one in the last 10 years has ever heard you be like, I will fucking run your shit. So now you're like, yeah, no, I can.
So the one time I said you should believe me,
should
where I'm like,
believe
I'm
me.
really
Yeah.
confident this
Yeah.
time. Like, I have just said I'd be scared to try out for high school sports. I'll still kill a KGB motherfucker though.
It's what's so sad to me is that I'm not confident. That I'm like, yeah, Putin would run through me and then Feidelberg will kill him. That's the bigger story to me. But yeah, like I'm pretty sure John could beat up a 70-year-old man no matter what his background is.
It's like
A small 70-year-old man.
a 70-year-old midget. Yeah, I could take him. It is crazy that it is like
It's
not
actually-
well received when people are like, oh, I don't know about that.
Yikes.
Like, I have never said I'm good at anything. I'm sure I could do this one.
Also, the people talking that he's a black belt. It's like, yeah, the same way that that Kim Jong-un hits hole-in-ones every time he
Right.
golfs. Like, yeah, he's a karate master. No,
Yeah,
he's fucking not.
Putin's
guys.
also the MVP of an all-star game.
Right. No,
No,
he's
he's not.
You know, like those are fucking lies from a dictatorship, you assholes. Totalitarian bullshit. So, but boy, that is so funny that the internet thinks that you would get beat up by an old midget.
Everyone's so.
I
people-
would argue not even. I think midgets are stronger than people who are just small.
Yeah,
You know?
I think so too. You're right.
Like Zaz,
is
like
big.
if I'd rather like Zob come to my aid than like a guy who's 5'6", 165.
Right.
You know?
Zaz, I'll fuck some shit
Like
up.
yeah, like Zob.
I bet Zaz could take
Zob
Putin.
over Vibs, you know?
Yeah.
Like all day, every day. So, but no, like the internet has spoken. You're gonna get beat up.
People were more upset about that take than they were about the Mandalorian.
Well, I went in on the I went from like the Mandalorian's okay to being like fuck the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
This show sucks. They're crazy. Jeff's crazy. Jeff's like listen to my podcast. I'm like no, I'm not doing that. For the Mandalorian fans to act like they don't present themselves as like diehard fans of the show is crazy. It's crazy.
It is insane.
And I can understand that if I've listened to your full account, we are in agreement that the show is like average basically. But don't tell me that me thinking that you are like a huge fan of it is far-fetched.
Right.
It's like, come on. Everything's holy shit, wow, oh my God. And that's just a fact. And yes, maybe there's a couple tweets in there that refute that. But the overall body of work, I said it would be like, well, if you read my blogs, like I do give the Jets credit. It's like, no, come on. Like, we know your reputation here. Get the fuck out of here. But yeah, that got overshadowed by the fact that you would get beat up by an old man. That's just how it goes. Just how it goes.
Goddamn motherfuckers.
Now maybe it's because the other topic I want to talk about here is we got to talk about wearing dresses. And maybe this is why people don't think that John could beat people up from the KGB. But my first thought was I got to get my boy's opinion on Harry Styles in a dress. So manly men wearing dresses brought to you by Miller Lite. There's nothing more manly than drinking a beer, right? Wrong. There's nothing more manly or feminine or guy, girl, whatever than drinking a beer. Because there are certain things that everybody can do, and that is drinking beers. I do feel like it's inherently masculine. I do feel like sometimes girls won't drink
definitely
beer, right?
masculine
There's a stigma to it, but there shouldn't be because an ice cold beer. It's the same thing as like when you realize that like a guy can drink wine. It's like whatever. All these drinks are awesome. Miller Lite's amazing. Drink whatever you want. And Miller Lite is the #1 beer for great taste, less filling. I'll tell you what. If you're a girl and you're worried about like being too filling, it's 96 calories and 3.2 carbs for 12 ounces. That's probably less than any other drinks you're going to have in the night. So you can have an ice cold, refreshing beer, not worry about putting on any pounds, any calories, any weight, whatever. And there's something also about being able to just go to a bar and be like, get me a beer. It's like there's just
there's not a lot of pressure into it.
no pressure. You don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to be the person everyone's like, ugh, This one ordered a fucking like Bloody Mary, or this one ordered a fancy cocktail. So yeah, just get a round of beers. Get a bucket of beers. Get a bucket of Miller Lights. Everyone's happy. You share some stories. You share some laughs. You give some some info. You give some advice. It's all done over a beer. And so whether you're a guy or a girl, when the girls get together, they should do a bucket of Miller Lite too, because I think as we're learning from our boy Harry, there is no men, women, there's no nothing anymore. It's just everybody just do what you want, do what you like, and enjoy yourself. And there's no better way to do that than with Miller Lite. Of course, you got to enjoy yourself and celebrate responsibly with the Miller Brewing Company from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. Go to MillerLite.com/KFC to find the delivery options near you. Why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm going to fucking murder John.
And I'm going to like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well, I don't know. Do what you want, but subscribe. Probably.
Harry Styles has the world up in fucking arms, bud. This is a big one.
It's insane.
Ben Shapiro back in the mix. He called it a referendum on masculinity. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means.
The guy that's afraid of WAP is.
Right, I know. Right, the guy who couldn't say the word pussy. He couldn't say the word pussy. He said P word. He's throwing around who's manly now.
He says that, was it? If you get your wife wet, it's probably because she had some medical
Call the
issue.
doctor.
Yeah.
Call the doctor, because it's a
All right,
medical
bro,
issue.
you fucking badass, dude.
Like, yeah, what's more manly? Like, Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro are like crying at night over the cover of Vogue magazine. You guys are really upset about what's on Vogue magazine? Who's manly now? What the fuck is going on?
And I'll be honest, he looks great.
Well, no, he doesn't. So here's the thing. Then on the other side of things, Logan Paul was like the hero of the moment. He was like, wear whatever the fuck you want. And there's another co-host, not Mike, but there's a third guy. I think his name is George, who he was arguing the other side of it. And he was ridiculous. He was like, you're getting so mad at my opinion. You're assaulting me. And Logan was like, do you know the definition of assault? What are you talking about? Like, we're just arguing over a debate here. So everybody got all dramatic about it. And I said, I think I went galaxy brain. I took it a step further. Like, you think it's not manly to wear a dress. Like, I think it is manly to wear a dress. I think manly doesn't mean anything to me. As a beta boy, I don't think of it as a compliment. I don't think of not being not manly as an insult. I don't think of being manly as a compliment. I'm just like, that word means nothing to me.
Yeah, I guess I can agree with you there.
It's like we're putting so much emphasis and pressure on that word.
If someone was like, you're a manly man, I'd be like, you're a fucking weirdo. Dude.
Right.
Like, what does that even mean?
Like, yes, would I like to be strong? Would I like to be able to beat up Vladimir Putin? Yeah, sure. But if someone was ever like, out of all the things I would like to be described as, manly is like bottom of the list.
Yeah,
I want to be handsome. I want to be sexy. I want to be attractive. And I guess you can say that the general vibe of manly is that. But to be, if the first thing that comes to mind is manly, I'm like, I'm not a fucking lumberjack, dude. Like, that does nothing for me. I'd rather be funny. I'd rather be smart. I'd rather be articulate. I'd rather be interesting. Like a million things before I'd be manly. So
I think people only use manly as like ironic. Like, oh yeah,
you're a manly man.
You're a real manly man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like anyone is like, man,
well,
I look up to that guy.
Shapiro and Candace Owens think that it's like the downfall of society.
Right. And
like all of a sudden we're like hunters and gatherers, and like if we don't have manly men, we're gonna be like killed by the fucking nomads or something. Like, I mean, what?
It is very funny that still to this day, like whenever something happens, people think it's the first time it's ever happened. We're like,
this is crazy. The dress thing. I mean, this is particularly crazy.
Right,
the amount of guys who've been wearing dresses.
Forever.
Like everyone who's ever lived in Scotland.
Where are the real rock stars? Like, you mean fucking David Bowie? You mean
Prince?
Yeah.
How about, I didn't know this one as I was doing research today. Kurt Cobain used to rock dresses.
Really?
Kurt Cobain rocked dresses in the 90s grunge era when he just said, they're comfortable. I don't think it's comfortable.
I was going to say, I bet they're comfy as fuck.
Definitely. You know why Young Thug was wearing a dress?
Oh, I forgot about that.
He had a big gun underneath it. He said, he was like, yeah, man, I had a stick underneath that. He meant like a long gun that he was hiding under a dress. So what's more masculine than that? As I said today with Nick goes, what's more masculine than putting a shotgun in your mouth with Kurt Cobain? I mean, these guys were some bad motherfuckers, and they were like, yeah, we're wearing dresses. Kanye had a skirt on stage. Like, all these
but
guys,
you can go back to, like, he's talking about how like, it's the fall of the Western civilization, which obviously is absurd. But also, I feel like it was like the Greeks and Romans who kind of started Western civilization, right? They loved dresses.
Those guys were fucking each other in the ass. Which again, what's more manly than putting your dick in someone's butt? You know, I get it. It's all fine to me. None of it makes any difference. But I did say, first of all, we're talking about a entertainer on the cover of a magazine. We're not talking about like he didn't like. This is not like, you know, Barry showing up to his job in the office in a cube.
Harry does he likes to dress effeminately.
And always has.
And always has. And
That
always
motherfucker
looks.
wears blouses.
Yeah.
He has with the
should.
ruffles
Yeah.
and the pearls.
Looks
I'm like,
unbelievable.
no, it doesn't.
Yeah,
Again,
it does.
again.
No, Harry pulls off the blouse.
Well-
the dress, I will admit, the dress, these are big,
he's
Victorian gowns.
Yeah, and he's also
When he's in the blouse, he looks fucking fire.
No, he does not.
Yes, he does, dude.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, get him
Bro,
one
that
in
blue,
the
go
blouse.
up, go up. That, like, the collar with the pearl necklace, come on. I mean, that looks like it's Halloween,
Yo,
and he's
he
dressing up
looks
like his
fucking-
teacher.
I think he looks great there.
He's a handsome guy, but not
Right.
because of the neck down. But again, we're
What's
talking
the other
about a
one?
super fancy entertainer. Oh, that one in the Met Gala when he wore, like, sheer.
Yeah. That one's dope.
Harry Styles wore lingerie. It wasn't even like a dress. It was full-blown lingerie, like a see-through sheer. I mean, and again, this guy fucks bitches, okay? So again, what's more masculine than that? I think he also, like, if you told me Harry Styles just, like, fucks everybody.
Oh, he 100%
He's
does.
very, like, Lenny Kravitz, where it's just like, my dick goes where my dick goes.
I
I'm
think
like, so
I don't know if he's ever explicitly said that, but I think it's pretty understood. That,
he just goes.
Harry just has sex with
wherever.
everybody.
I mean, look at that Photoshop, Ben Shapiro and fucking Harry Styles. I mean, at the end of the day, there is something. Again, I don't call it masculine. I don't call it manly. I don't think it's manly to wear what you want and not give a fuck. I think it's confident. I think it's just like being like a badass. I don't think of that as manly anymore. I think that's just like, but I keep saying but to get to my point. If you can't admit that this is just like, you go like, whoa, this is weird. This is a little fucking weird. Like, we're still at that point. Maybe 100 years from now, we'll be like, oh, you know, that's totally normal. But right now, it's not.
It's
It's going to give people pause.
It's definitely
And we're definitely not at
abnormal.
the point where, like I said, average people. If Tommy Scabelli comes in tomorrow wearing a dress, no one's going to go like, oh shit, that's dope, dude. Tommy Scabelli's getting fucking made fun of till he goes home crying. So let's not pretend that like, to me, it's like, well, then go do it. Wear a dress tomorrow.
I gotta go buy one. That's a whole.
Is that what's stopping you? All right,
Yeah.
I will buy you the dress.
If you buy me a dress,
I will buy you a dress, and you have to wear it.
All right.
Okay, we'll do it then.
Okay.
We'll put your money where your mouth is.
I don't know what dress size I am, but
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to get a dress for a big bitch. I'm gonna go to the plus
get me
size.
an ugly one,
I'm gonna
though.
go to like Filene's basement or whatever and get like a size 32 or some shit.
Yeah, I want to
Like,
look sexy though.
all right, I will.
Don't-
I'm gonna get you a sexy dress. I'm gonna go to Rent the Runway, motherfucker. You're gonna come out in one of those like bandage dresses.
Wait,
Yeah.
when are you getting this?
What?
When are you getting this?
I mean, it's gonna take. I don't know. We'll have to soon.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. There's a shelf life on this. We'll make
Yeah.
this happen by like next week.
Okay. I mean,
And I'm gonna rent this- I'm gonna rent this.
I will understand. I'm probably gonna look ridiculous.
Okay,
in
but
it.
that's my point
But-
too. I just like, but you're gonna come in and just be like, I'm rocking that thing. You're gonna walk around like no big deal. I'm gonna have you on the rundown that day. Like Dave's gonna comment on it. It's gonna be a whole thing, and you're just gonna be like, yeah, it's because Harry Styles has made it normal. I mean, we're not there yet.
Well, no, I'm not making that argument at all. I completely agree.
Okay, but so you admit that Harry Styles can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm sure I will not be able to pull off a dress. I don't look like Harry Styles.
But I
I might
think
be a little chestier than him. I might look sexy.
you might fill the dress out. Definitely envisioning like a halter top one, like a tube top one, so you have like cleavage to be exposed.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
without a
yeah,
doubt.
yeah.
Not a tube top though, because I'd like my
Not tube
stomach
top.
covered
Yeah.
up.
I just meant like whatever that's called. But like Harry Styles is a handsome guy, but he's not like Brad Pitt. He's handsome, but he is who he is because he's he's an entertainer. You're not like an ugly dude. You're not far off from the look of Harry Styles.
I mean,
You're not. You're really not. Like in the
look.
general, you got a schnoz. That's about
I
it.
can fucking
You got a
beat
nice
up
head of
Putin,
hair.
but I can understand that
I'm just
the
saying he's
confidence
not-
does have some
He's
level
not Brad Pitt. He's
I
not.
think- I think
look
he
at that.
is-
He's kind of a weird looking cat.
He is a little strange.
Right? Like you are as attractive as him on a base level.
I won't accept this. I will not accept that.
All right, you don't have to accept it, but I genuinely mean it. He is who he is because yes, he's a handsome guy, but he has the charisma and shit and the talent.
Bonafide tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, he looks ridiculous
Wildly
there.
placed.
It is an absurd look.
Yeah, Rihanna has that tattoo under her
Yeah, she
tits.
does,
Like
yeah.
they are one and the same. So yeah, you're gonna rock a dress.
Maybe I'll wear one tomorrow for International Men's Day.
International Men's Day. What does that exactly entail?
I think we just finally need a day for us.
Yeah, it's time that things go right for the men of the world. But I kind
I
of
thought I invented it with Saturdays for the Boys, but turns out it didn't get the official title. It's on a Thursday. That makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Or I guess Fridays would be for the men.
I think as much as things have gone well for the men, there are some things that we don't get. We don't get, well, we've been saying forever that we need the Me Too the Me Too moment where the men kind of fight back against abusive women, because there's a whole bunch of us who have been silenced right now by crazy broads, and one day we're gonna speak out and be like, she fucking hit me. I think Johnny Depp had a shot. Johnny Depp, I think, did a little bit too much in retaliation, where it's like you're kind of complicit in this. But Johnny Depp had a shot.
Johnny Depp, when he wrote a message in blood using his own finger.
Yeah, where no one's gonna have sympathy for you.
Can't really jump on board.
I'm pretty
with
sure they
him.
confirmed that he baseball crow hopped and threw his phone at her. So I don't think anyone's gonna have too much sympathy. But he had a shot to be our who was it? Alyssa Milano, whoever really kicked off the Me Too one. Because Amber Heard was just like a crazy, horrible bitch to him. But he was kind of an asshole in return.
Yeah,
But
also,
one of
I mean,
these
he
days,
started a real rumor about her pooping the bed, and it just turned out it was just the dog.
that was
Everyone just thought Amber Heard was fucking
But
gargoyles shitting in
doesn't
bed.
that show how crazy she is? That people were like, could have been Amber.
Yeah, it could
Could have been. Like, her whole camp was like, maybe. Shit. One of these days, the Me Too moment will start. Until that, though, we don't get that. We don't get any good gifts. Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer did an awesome segment on this the other day, because Tom got Bert a e-bike for his birthday, and he got a custom seat that's wider for Bert to sit on, and he got wider tires so that he can and he souped up the engine, and Bert was in tears, being like, this is the best gift I've ever gotten, because my wife and kids suck so much they never get me anything nice.
Yeah, but that's true.
And so there's things like that are silly things. Yeah, we've been getting all the money of the world and all the respect of the world forever. But there are little things that make you happy on a day-to-day basis that men don't get. Is get compliments. We talked about, remember the other day I said how that woman said I had nice feet, and you were like, it's pathetic that you remember that. Today, Jared told a story. His only story about compliments was from a homeless man. As he walked by, a homeless man said, nice sleeve, young man, and because of his tattoos. And Jared thought he was talking about another homeless guy saying he's asleep. And Jared was like, okay, I won't mess with him. And he's like, really, dude, you're just going to keep walking? And Jared was like, what? I'm sorry, what did you say? I didn't hear you. He's like, I said nice sleeve. And he was like, oh, okay, thank you. But the point being that my only compliment that I could remember was a woman in a laundromat, and Jared only has a compliment from a homeless person.
I don't think I have one I remember.
You don't have a single compliment.
I don't
that you
think
can
I
remember,
have.
because we don't get them. We
I don't
ever
think
get
there's ever been
compliments
someone who said something to me
that you were like, oh shit,
was just like, wow.
memorable.
That was nice of you.
And girls can't pick one out because they've got so fucking many. Every time they step out, you look beautiful today. Your dress looks great. Your hair looks great. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, these are the things that maybe International Men's Day can provide us.
I'm trying to think of one. I got nothing. I don't have a single thing. And it is. It's just
and it's our fault too. It's like, I should have complimented you at some point. I haven't. You always hype people up. So we got to hype you up in return. For everybody, for International Men's Day, compliment Feidelberg on Twitter.
I don't know that.
Yep, at Feidelberg.
Just agree with me that I could beat up Putin's all I need.
Or that too.
Also,
everybody,
I mean,
you know what that is too, though? That's going to be maybe a silent majority thing where I bet there's a lot of people going like, yeah, Feidelberg could beat up a 70-year-old, but they're not the type to tweet it. So for International Men's Day, if you think, don't lie, but if you think that Feidelberg can beat up Putin, voice it to him. Because right now it's a landslide. It's a fucking landslide.
It's a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath.
Absolute bloodbath.
As much of a bloodbath as it would be if you were to fight Vladimir Putin. Am I the Asshole Thursday? We got our voicemails coming up, and we got Cazzie David today.
Yep.
Cazzie David on the show, who, if you think that there's a severe amount of awkwardness and lack of self-confidence on this show as is, just wait till you throw Cazzie David in the mix. That's like taking us and putting us on steroids. She's talking about her book, Nobody Wanted This, and she fits right in with this show with a couple very funny stories and very relatable tales. Despite being, Larry David's daughter and kind of this Hollywood royalty, she is as down to earth and relatable as anybody can be. So, do you think, so we'll have her on the show. Our previous guest, Ryan Phillippe, can we talk about, should we spoil it? Spoiler alert for anybody trying to watch Big Sky, which is Ryan Phillippe's new show on ABC. We drop a monster spoiler, and we didn't really give you a warning. So check the time code in the description of the episode to find out exactly when we start talking about it if you've got any interest in seeing the twist in episode 1. So our last big guest, just last episode, Ryan Phillippe, he did the Browns. He did the media tour. He comes on our show. Everybody was writing about our interview with him. People, Daily Mail, everybody's talking about it. He is like the face of the new show, Big Sky, on ABC. The Bachelorette leads into it. Everybody's like, let's go watch this new show. Ryan gets his fucking head blown off in episode 1.
There's like, I mean, you sent me that text. I think it was this morning. And I just can't believe it.
It's stunning.
Well, like, I just genuinely don't believe it.
Unless there's a
gonna do
magical element
flashbacks.
where he's a ghost and he's still alive, or there's flashbacks. If they just straight up pulled the plug on he's just like, yeah, we cast him and we just blew his head off episode 1, which would kind of be a move. Like, shows don't do that. You know, that's Red Wedding type shit where it's like, that's Ned Stark type shit where it's like, all right, we've got ourselves a hero. Pow! No, you don't. But I'd have to imagine. He tweeted afterwards saying, like, what really is even dead, which leads me to believe there's something
There's
more.
something to it. There has to be. There's no way that they could just kill Ryan Phillippe.
That would be
in
very
episode
funny
1.
if they were like, all right, we're going to cut you a check. It's like 1 game check, but you're going to promote the fuck out of it for us. You're going to be the face of it. We'll pay you for that as well. And then you're gone. Then you go home. That'd be a great gig, I think. I'd love to do that.
Just 1 episode.
You know when people say, like, you know, the acting is what I do for fun and the promo is where I get my paycheck? Like,
Right.
He's the opposite. Be like, all right, I'll do all the promo. I don't want to do any of the acting. You can kill me off in the first fucking episode. I went to IMDb.
Okay, that's what
but
I'm
they
doing
credit
right now.
everybody with just 1 episode. So it's not, you can't
That's
tell
what I was
anything. So I don't know where it's going, but he tweeted right before it, like, he replied to me. I put up a story and he wrote, like, he put it on his story saying, like, buckle up for, like, a twist. And I was like, yeah, you fucking think so, man? Like, not even a hint of that. Not even like, yo, make sure you tune in for the last 3 minutes of the show sort of thing. Like, couldn't have given us a heads up. Couldn't have thrown us a bone. I don't know. What's going on, man? We promote the fuck out of this and you're dead.
He also said that that picture of him that we used in the
Horrid
swipe
was
up,
the word.
a horrid picture of me.
Horrid.
It was him at the red carpet at Elton John's birthday.
I mean, Ryan, horrid. I would love to look like that. If that's the worst you've ever, that would be the best I've ever looked by far. By fucking far.
I'll be honest, picking that, there was a better photo of him, but it was like $15. I'm not paying for that.
Sorry, bro. Sorry, Ryan.
That one was $5.
Yeah,
but-
that's what's happening. All right, let's get into Am I the Asshole? Am I the Asshole? Brought to you by Thursday Boots. Look at this beauty right here. Some brown suede, durable. I'll tell you what, as much as we just shit on it, these are some manly boots. These are some manly boots. They're stylish, they're durable, they're functional, they're basic, you know, there's no frills on it, there's no wacky shit. It's just good
Just
old
a strong-looking
solid leather
boot.
and suede. You got the metal eyelets and
what's one of the most impressive
durable
things
roll
about
laces.
it's hard to fuck up a boot, but a lot of places do.
Yeah.
Thursday doesn't.
No, they
They're
do
just
it. I
like,
mean, they
here's a
keep it
fastball.
simple, like solid soles, like quality, durable, handmade shit, all at a pretty affordable price because they are, you know, an internet company that knows exactly what the consumer wants. They don't need all the nonsense, just quality boots delivered right to your door. And so instead of paying, you know, several $100s for boots like this, they start at just $149. $149 for boots is nuts. When you get it for sneakers, it makes sense. Like sneakers are like, you know, made of shitty material and rubber, but this is like high quality leather and durable rubbers and like, you know, solid shit. So starting at $149 is absolutely crazy. Great designs, great quality, great value. Thursday Boots, we've done collabs with them. We've been over to their showrooms. We've talked to our boy Nolan. They're good people who have been down with us since the beginning. We did the olive boots with the green suede. We did the brown boots with the the two tones.
I think
We've
this
done
is
a lot
the
of
year
cool
I
shit.
finally pulled the trigger on a pair of like combat boots.
Ooh, like
And
the
Thursday-
high
remember
ones.
That's the ones I kept trying to make. And they were
Yeah.
like, well, we already have these ones. I was like, yeah, but I want them.
Right.
And I want them to be the Barstool.
And you're gonna do like the full, like, do you lace them up all the way? You do like
probably with a dress.
yeah.
Probably,
That would look.
It's a probably
That would be a look.
Yeah.
That would be a look. Maybe you will pull this off. Johnny with some Thursday boot combat boots in a. Do you want to get like a gown or you? Now I think we got to show off the boots. I think you need to wear like a mini skirt,
Well,
like not a mini skirt, but like a tight dress.
I don't know if I can pull off a tight dress.
No, I
but
think we got to do like a
I
maxi
think
dress.
if
You know
I'm-
those dresses that I always talk about that I like, where girls you can see their thong through it.
Yeah.
Like they're tight but they're long, flowy. I'm gonna put you in one of
I
those.
think if I was sitting there in like a flowy dress and I crossed
Cross
the
your legs?
and it was just like, oh wait, those are fucking
Those go up to his
combat
knee?
boots. Yeah.
Getting fucking hot. Just
Yeah,
thinking
so am
about
I.
it.
I'm starting to come around on this thing. I might be able to pull
I
this
might do
off.
the waistband tuck in a minute. Jesus Christ. Price is at $149 plus free shipping and returns from the combat boots to the low-cut boots, the black, the browns, the greens, the suedes, the leathers, all of it at Thursday will keep you standing confident for years to come because a quality pair of boots, that's going to last you. Getting a pair of boots is like getting a dog. You know, you get like a companion for the next like 12 years, you know, before you got to
That's a
retire,
good analogy,
right?
yeah.
Like this is going to be my ride or die. So go get your dog boots at ThursdayBoots.com. That's ThursdayBoots.com. I understand why they have to do that, but very little faith in the world that they can't spell Thursday boots. But they can. People are dumb. So ThursdayBoots.com for a high pair of quality boots that you'll be wearing for years. Go get them. Am I the asshole today? Let's get into it. What do we got here? Oh, boy. Am I the asshole, or is my former neighbor the asshole, for how he handled getting peed on by me? This all happened about 10 years ago when I was a freshman in college. For no explicable reason, I sleepwalked. I've always wondered that. Is it sleepwalked? Is it sleptwalked? Is it sleptwalked?
I think it's sleepwalked.
Yeah, I think so too. Sleepwalked out of my dorm room into the room across the hall, and pissed onto my neighbor's box fan. He was woken up by a steady mist of what immediately began screaming, "Oh, what the fuck!" as one would do. In my sleepwalking state, all I remembered was shaking my dick and saying, "I'm almost finished." I then went back to bed. All of the RAs and parties involved assumed I was hammered. I wasn't, so they didn't try to wake me up to clean. Upon waking up with the feeling that I might have pissed on someone in my sleep, I immediately apologized and cleaned the guy's fan. I offered to buy him a new one if it didn't work. I thought this was the end of it until he busted in my room about a month later saying I owed him a fan because his was all pissy now. Quote, all pissy now. I told him that I used modern fucking cleaning products, and unless it didn't work, he could fuck off or make the RAs do something about it. He fucked off, or so I thought. About 3 years later, he was on a school trip with one of my roommates. All proud of himself, he asked my roommate if he remembered when I pissed on him, and if my roommate recalled the Christmas party we had thrown the previous year. My roommate responded yes to both. He smugly told my roommate that at that party, he had gone into my bathroom and rubbed my toothbrush all over the toilet bowl. My roommate asked him how he knew it was my toothbrush, and he just said, "I don't know, but it was one of the electric ones in the downstairs bathroom." My bathroom was upstairs, and the guy he was talking about, the only one that had the electric toothbrush, was in the downstairs bathroom. This ass clown just blown into the guy's toothbrush and used it as a toilet brush. Also, this guy wears Diesel brand polos, so fuck him. Am I the asshole? Is he the asshole? What do you got here? That's a wild tale.
That one, I think everyone's the asshole.
Everyone's the asshole.
I think everyone's. Dude, why box fans cost like $20?
They're like $5.
Maybe, yeah.
They are pieces of shit.
You just get him a new box fan. If I pissed all over your box fan, I'll just get you.
I would also rather that than clean it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we'll throw this out. I will have you a new box fan by tomorrow or by later today, and then we're good. I don't think that you can go vigilante justice like this. But you know what also is funny is like, They didn't wake him up. Like, if I do something in my sleep and I don't realize it, like...
I don't think I would get mad at him for doing it. I think I'd be like, I mean, this is what, your freshman year of college?
Yeah, shit happens.
This happened to everybody.
Right. If you don't get pissed on your freshman year, you didn't even have
when he said, like, neighbor, I was picturing, like,
so did I,
me
like an old
and
man.
my neighbor.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it
you were in a
drastically
freshman
changes.
college dorm,
Yes.
and some pee happened.
Right. It happens a lot.
Literally welcome to college.
I mean, everybody has a story of their roommate. Like, my roommate in the converted triple just pissed into all of our shoes thinking he was in the bathroom. And I remember seeing it, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? And he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, you're not in the bathroom. But I was like, I went back to sleep. Like, we'll deal with that in the morning. Because a drunk kid thought he was in the bathroom in front of a toilet when he was in front of my shoes. And that's just what happens. So, like, but you're still the asshole. If you pee on anyone at any time, you're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
So you have
But
to then
also,
make
like-
it right. But then this guy being like the fucking Joker, like 3 years later, a dish best served cold, revenge.
I almost
like,
respect it a little bit.
well, yeah, that is cooler than, you know, to walk in like fucking Cartman, like when he fed that kid his parents in the chili and be like, hey, remember that party? Remember that night? But you got to get it right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, now some guys just got toilet
now
bowl
you
mouth.
waited 3 years for nothing.
I also think I've heard a story of I heard a story once when I was a kid. There was a robbery in my town. And apparently also the robbers, like Sticky Bandit style, had a calling card. And they stuck the toothbrushes up their asses and took pictures of it and then sent them to like the house at
Like
a later
bristles
date.
up?
Yes.
Bristles up your ass.
So I was like, who's pranking who here? You guys are fucking yourselves in the butt with a toothbrush. Like, you really got me. But it did like so these people, I guess weeks later opened up like Polaroids and they're like, oh my God, I've been brushing with that like ass brush forever.
Oh my God.
But, which is disgusting. But also, it's one of those things, unless it's like covered in shit. I mean, I don't know. You that toothbrush is, that you have one bad brush with that. And the toothbrush is, you get the toothpaste in it, you're washing it under this, you know what I mean? My point being that it's like, all right, yeah, you got me, but not really. I don't know. It's like,
I mean, you got me.
You
I'm
got
gonna definitively
me. Okay,
say, if
all
you
right.
shove my toothbrush up your ass and I use it, you got me.
well, no, but I think that it's like we're even because you had to stick toothbrushes up your ass. This guy just wiping it in the toilet bowl. It's like, yeah, you're an asshole, but I think after one brush, that no longer has like toilet germs on it.
You're probably right. That's
But
why
that-
I always
but
say
that
when
one-
I take someone's toothbrush, I put it in my mouth just as quick as I can.
And now it's like-
because now it's just I've swallowed it with my germs. Like
Now it's fine, yeah.
I've surrounded you, and now it's just all my germs, despite the fact that.
And I also think that toothbrushes are kind of like bars of soap. You put the toothpaste on it, right? The toothpaste is kind of like the soap. So in essence, me rubbing it around my mouth, I'm cleaning it with the soap.
You're not wrong. I just really wish I didn't have to clean it
Yeah.
from being up your ass.
Correct.
Did you ever hear the story? I think it's John Mulaney's got it, where he talks about how he had a friend who had like a calling card of things he stole, and it was like they went to like this big party, and this is, I think he grew up in Chicago, so this big party and this blowout, and they ended up being like they broke a pool table in half, and like they just really fucked this place up.
Right.
And the kid comes up to John the next day in school and he's like, "Hey man, look, like my parents are really mad at me about the party. They're actually not even mad about the the damage. They're mad that someone stole like old pictures of like my grandmother or one of my grandparents." And John Mulaney's like, and 5 years later, however many years went by, where I'm playing video games or whatever at my friend's house, and he goes, "Hey man, you want to see something?" And he opens like a secret door he had, and it
Pulls a book.
and it's just filled, like hanging on the wall, just filled with old pictures from different house parties he'd gone to. And he was like, "What the fuck is wrong? Why would you steal old pictures?" And this man better be in jail now, because his response was, "It's the one thing you can't replace." Oh my that is sociopath shit. Like anything else you can replace except the old pictures of your fucking grandparents in like black and
Right.
white. Like you can't get those back.
That's dark.
That is
He's
so
not
dark.
wrong. It is like an astute reference,
Right.
but that being your burning desire as to why to steal it. Oh my fucking God.
It's the one thing
We
you
stole
can't
a plaque off a wall at a bar. It was a real scumbag move freshman year of college when you're peeing on people and doing dumb shit. We were at the Jolly Tinker, which was like a good old bar, like a fucking Irish bar on fucking Webster Avenue in the Bronx, like a place you don't fuck with. And we decided to fuck with it. And it was more like I just went along with it. I had like a dumb roommate who was like, "Let's do it." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So he's like, like ripping it off the wall, and we're kind of like running interference. And then like we get it off the wall. We got back to the dorm and we read it, and it was for something. It was like the 10th anniversary of them like donating money to like a charity for children or something. And I was like, "Oh fuck, man. Why did we do that?" And then we turned it into like an award that we handed it out to like whoever was like the drunkest kid of the month on our floor would get the drunk of the month plaque. But I was like, we just stole this like charity thing, and I'm pretty sure they knew that we did it, and they did not like us. I was like, what the fuck are we doing, man? Same thing as like stealing pictures of someone's grandma. We're stealing charity plaques for what? We used to have
honestly, for a pretty good award. Like, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was fun. But the drunkard of the month was very fun. It was a fun award to win. But same thing with people. Like we used to have one block that kids would always steal the stop sign, and the town was very good. They would have a stop sign up. We would steal it. We wouldn't steal, but kids would steal it at like 3 a.m. By like 7 a.m, there's a new stop sign up.
Really?
But like because it's like fucking chaos.
Yeah.
If you just all of a sudden change up the traffic pattern that people are used to, you're gonna kill people.
Well, that's like when Frank Reynolds put up 4 stop signs. And like, Frank, if anything, you've made this intersection safer.
All right, so everyone's the asshole on the Peace story. Am I the asshole for not wanting to get rid of the anime body pillow that saved my marriage? My husband and I are. Ooh, I didn't expect it to be the girl.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Well, it could be a guy, I guess, but I'm assuming it's a girl. My husband and I are best friends during the day. Love of my life. It's at night that it's an issue. I'm a blanket stealer. I once yanked them so hard, poor hubby flipped a full 180. Hubby, for his part, is a thrasher. Bruce Lee would be jealous of the moves. All right, I don't need the jokes for Am I the Asshole, you know? Spare me the stand-up routine. Let's get to the goods. We're both crabby every morning, and we started fighting as soon as we got up. It sucked, but neither of us want to concede defeat and move to the other bed. Quick background: I was a huge nerd as a teenager, full-on otaku. I don't even know what that one means. I'm assuming anime. One night, as a joke, I brought down an old anime body pillow from the attic and plopped it down between my husband and I, declaring it our demilitarized zone. Hubby also thought it was hilarious. We named her DMZ-chan. Oh my God, this might be the nerdiest couple of all time. It was a game changer. DMZ-chan protected me from his his REM-induced rampages, and she's just heavy enough that I can't yank the blankets at full speed. It's now a beloved part of our nightly routine. We both thought it was the funniest thing, but she legitimately helped us solve the only real issue in our marriage. One day, mother-in-law stopped by to pick something up. She got up to use the restroom, passed by our bedroom door. She saw DMZ-chan propped up in the middle of our bed, her giant, soulful animal eyes looking right back at my mother-in-law. When she got back, she quickly grabbed her stuff and left. She later mentioned DMZ-chan to my husband. By the way, every single time this girl is saying hubby, and I refuse to do it. And they were on the phone. It absolutely mortified him. As far as I know, the mother-in-law now thinks we're deviants in a three-way relationship with a body pillow. He was too embarrassed to explain, and now he wants to put it back in the attic. I'm upset. I told him I don't want to go back to boxing each other every night. And so he said, we'll get a normal, plain body pillow to replace her. And she's like, nah, man. This is our fucking anime pillow. So what do you got on this fucking nerd couple?
I mean,
holy shit.
This is so easy. Like, just get rid of the fucking body pillow. Like, you don't have an actually. You were like, oh, this is cringy, this is weird. Like, you're saying it. Just get a normalized body pillow. Like, you can just get a body pillow.
I think this is easy in the other direction. Why the fuck would your mother-in-law get to decide what's in your bed?
Well, she doesn't. But like, once it was. That would be something where I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of weird. Let's just get a regular pillow.
I guess, but I bet you the deeper issue here is why is your husband still so influenced by his mother and not your wishes, that sort of thing.
Yeah, but like, is that like your wish? Like, you just don't want to fight. You're not like, you don't have this emotional connection to DMZ-chan.
She does.
She doesn't.
The mom does. I mean, the wife does.
No, she doesn't.
She said she doesn't want to get rid of it because it's the thing that saved their marriage.
Yeah, but she said it's easy. It's already something we have, right?
I felt like there's no need to spend money on something we already have.
Yeah,
if it was really that big of an issue, we could put the.
So it's like you're just being weirdly connected to this when you're not. Like,
all right. Well, I figured by the title that she was like, this body pillow saved our marriage, but
she's like, I just have it. Same thing. Like, both of these situations of the last two Am I the Assholes
all the assholes.
Could have been solved with $30 between the two of them.
Right. Buy a new
just
fucking
get a new
pillow.
fucking pillow, get a new fucking fan.
But I do think it's weird that, like, unless he was uncomfortable the whole time, and then when the mother-in-law spoke up, he was like, thank God somebody said it. This thing is so fucking weird.
But also, it seemed like they were just in there. They just had it for a night, right?
No. I think it like saved. I mean, for that to have saved the marriage, I feel like they had it for a long time.
It said
it became a nightly routine.
Okay, I didn't see a nightly routine. But like, I don't know. It just.
I mean, yeah. Listen,
it is definitively weird. So the mom's probably like, that is weird, and you're like, shit. You know what? You're right. That is pretty fucking weird to have like an anime body pillow.
I guess the thing is,
in my wife and I's
if it
bed.
actually triggers that, like, yes, this is weird, and I thought it's weird the whole time, and now it's out in the open, and we can talk about it. But if it's like, we love this thing, and my mother-in-law's got a problem with it, then I think you'd say fuck off.
I agree with you there.
But I don't think if they don't love it, and it's something we can just like shut our mother-in-law up over it, like then yeah.
You can
keeping your in-laws like quiet is like
Also, how
Yeah.
This is the pillow.
Yeah, I know what an anime body pillow looks like.
Why? Why do you know that?
30 Rock. James.
So that's okay.
James Franco.
So this is like a incredibly erotic sexual pillow.
Yeah.
That's a totally different story.
Oh, anime body pillows are like, yeah, like fuck them.
I thought, it's fucking like Dragon Ball Z or something. All of these are sexual?
Yeah, no, it's like a regular thing. It's like anime, like
So people, these are like Asian nerds fuck
and
these
like you
things.
fall in love with them. Like, do you have like relationships with that?
Oh, well, you gotta tell me these things, guys. I need to understand these things before I go into my the asshole.
Yeah, no, it's a
I didn't
definitively
know.
weird thing, and like,
Yeah.
it might have been funny like 1 or 2 nights, but then you're like, yeah, this is really weird that we just have this.
I thought it was just a pillow that, like, I don't know, had fucking, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z is the only thing I know. So, okay, yeah, if you
No,
got like a sexual fetish pillow, and that if that's your thing, you can't let like outsiders see that.
Yeah,
You got to keep that hidden, and you pull that out at night. It's like if you had fucking swings and straps and whips and shit. That's all you. But when your mother-in-law sees that, now it's a problem.
I think the Ben Shapiro of the East would have said there was definitely a period where like, and that's why there's a whole 30 Rock episode based on it, where like it was a problem in Japanese culture that
Everyone's fucking pillows.
the men were falling too in love with the pillows, and it was like they're not reproducing or something like that.
Asians are just so wacky.
It's James Franco who does it in the show, and like he like hires Jenna Maroney to be his fake girlfriend because he can't let the world know he's in love with Kamiko, his body pillow. It is absurd, but that was when I learned about body pillow culture, and like it's a weird thing. It is
Totally.
100% a weird thing.
Totally.
So you can
Totally different.
once
That's like if it was a blow-up doll here in America. Like
Right.
if you had a sex doll in between you two in bed, and like your family saw that. Totally.
yeah, you can't like you're right. This is weird. Again. I can see it being funny one night and like this is hilarious.
Got it. Okay.
And even like if you know
That changes
things-
everything.
Oh, you just thought it was like
There's just a
typical,
pillow
like, Super
with a design
Saiyan
on it. I thought it was like there's a long pillow. Yeah, Super
No,
Saiyan,
no,
like
they're
Pikachu.
extremely
Or that's not
erotic.
anime, but you know what I mean. I was like,
I think Pikachu is anime.
is it? Yeah.
I think
Okay.
so.
Okay. Is Japanimation and anime the same thing? Is anime a type of Japanimation?
I do not know the answer.
I just think of anime as like, and hentai is porn, or no?
Hentai is
Or is there hentai porn? Is all hentai porn, or can hentai be porn? Zach? Yeah, Zach knows. Zach knows. You didn't fucking subscribe. So I did it. So subscribe so there's no more blood on your hands.
It was hard to hold my breath for that long.
You absolutely didn't have to hold your breath.
I didn't want him to
you
see
really
me
committed.
breathing.
You committed to the part. That was a method acting.
It
right
also
there.
wasn't that long. I think I just have COVID.
All right, let's go with this one too. This is a little fucking Asian wacky with Tekken. Am I the asshole for wearing a quote unquote sexual hairstyle? Boyfriend 22 and myself 21, female, have been going steady for a year now. What 21-year-old says going steady? Is this the 1950s? I'm somewhat nerdy and like video games, so recently he downloaded Tekken 7 for us to play. I'm not the biggest Tekken fan, but I was more than happy to have something to do with him. There's this character in Tekken called Julia that my boyfriend thinks is hot. He said I could easily cosplay as her, which surprised me because my boyfriend normally thinks cosplay is silly. I was flattered and thought maybe my boyfriend was implying something a little kinky, so I decided to surprise him with a Julia cosplay. Sounds good to me. Yeah. A week of planning, thrifting, and sewing went by, and the outfit was complete. The day before I started to work on the hair, I have long curly brown hair, so I cut it a bit shorter, straightened it, and then braided it to match Julia's hair. Mid-length braided pigtails. The next morning I woke up and practiced the braids again, so I went to my Zoom class. I didn't really change my hair up, so I received some compliments from my classmates about how they liked my new hairstyle. After class, I went to the store. Later, I got dressed in the cosplay, made sure my hair was nice, put on the hoodie, some sweats to cover it. I pulled my hood up to hide the hair, and then I got a ride to my boyfriend's. I texted him I had a surprise. He opened the door, and I asked what the surprise was. I told him I'd give him a hint and pulled down my hoodie. His face went red and asked why I had my hair like that. Before I could tell him it was for cosplay, he started yelling and asked if I had worn my hair like that all day. He began fuming when I told him yes. He yelled at me and said that my hairstyle was, quote, inappropriate, and that wearing it to my Zoom class had basically been an invitation for men to stare at me because, quote, pigtails are too sexual to wear at school. He got angrier when I slipped up and said I had worn them to the store. I tried to explain to him that it was for the Julia cosplay. I wanted to surprise him, but he wasn't having it. He said that I was a whore for wearing my hair in such a way. I mean, I'm not even going to read the rest of this. This guy's a fucking abusive lunatic.
Yeah, right.
Like-
this one's not like, am I the asshole? Is usually like a little bit playful.
No,
this
this
is just
guy,
like downright.
like-
You're in a bad relationship.
Like,
This-
get out, because this guy will kill you.
Yeah, he's
you're
a
going to end
very
up on Investigative Discovery
dangerous
Channel.
piece of shit.
Yeah, this guy will. He is the type.
You're
this
a
guy,
fucking whore.
This man
is
is either a current serial killer or will be one. He will kill, and he will kill more than once.
Then there'll always be his wife too, because
Yeah, right. 'Cause
whoever
he'll
he
keep-
kills he'll feel like his masculinity was questioned because
Right.
she wore a nice hairstyle. Like you're just a deranged sick person.
Phone died. I was gonna see the comments on that one, but I mean, like I can't imagine anybody had that guy's back at all. Yep, and that's the type of guy who, that's probably what Ben Shapiro would do.
Yeah, honestly, the entire time I was picturing Ben Shapiro.
Yeah,
like for
you're wearing
sure.
pigtails, I'll chop your fucking head off. No one will ever see these pigtails again. And by the way, pigtails, while I understand, have somewhat of sexual connotation, I also think is kind of like not like the most of innocent. You know, I mean, I guess that's kind of the thing. Is usually
It's the innocence that you're exploiting.
If you're doing like 18-year-old porn,
Right.
it's like always in pigtails. So you're talking about like little girls. But when I see pigtails, I'm not like, oh,
She could get it too, by the way. I also like having now seen the hairstyle. I wouldn't even call that sexy.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't look at that and be like, my dick's hard.
Right, that's like a messy hairstyle a little bit.
I mean, that's one of the darker and souls ever. That guy is a that's pre-crime. If he hasn't committed real crime yet, pre-crime. Lock him up.
He's the most insecure and insignificant person in your life. Dump him for sure. You are.
You know what?
Not the
he ain't manly.
He's already done so much damage that you fucking have to be like, wait, am I in the wrong here on this one?
That's crazy. You got to run for the hills before it gets worse. 'Cause
Right.
It's already bad enough. Voicemails. They're brought to you by Screwball. Oh fuck! I wish my phone didn't die. I got a DM of someone. I got a DM of someone who with a new Screwball.
Is it the
Apple cider?
Apple cider. Yeah.
Apple cider mixed with Screwball is also like a peanut butter apple. You dip your apple slices in the peanut butter. Now you got your your peanut butter whiskey with some apple cider. You make yourself a brand new cocktail. You got a peanut butter whiskey cider. So you can get creative with your Screwball whiskey. It's the number one whiskey flavored. It's the number one peanut butter whiskey. Holy shit. I'm stroking out here.
Why?
It's the number one peanut butter flavored whiskey. I mean, I mixed the order up like 40 times in a row.
I got the gist.
You got it,
I
right?
knew what you were saying.
It tastes like peanut butter. And so you can drink it straight because it takes the edge off just a little bit, or you can have it as a mixed cocktail with the apple cider or the grape juice, the transfusion from Owen's Mixers, or you can do it with any sort of soda. You can do also as a dessert where you can put like a scoop of ice cream in there and have yourself an adult milkshake or an adult dessert. Sounds so good, right? It's 70 proof, so you can enjoy it neat or on the rocks or as a shot, or you can mix it up all like I said. You can do an old fashioned with it. It's the ultimate indulgence because it can be. You can add it to coffee, hot chocolate, eggnog. Tis the season to make yourself some Irish coffees. Put a little grandpa's medicine in there and spice it up a little bit. Why not do it with something that has a little flavoring to it so you're also enjoying yourself a nice, tasty treat? It's the most awarded and original peanut butter whiskey, and it's available near you. You can pick up Screwball at your local store or get it delivered today. Are you ready to get screwed? Are you ready to hashtag get screwed? Go to screwballwhiskey.com for more info and click on Buy Now. Please drink responsibly. Advertisement by Screwball Whiskeys, LLC, San Diego, California. Whiskey with natural flavors, 35% alcohol by volume. Voicemails. Let's go.
What's up, KFC, Feits, whoever's producing, much appreciated. Got a quick question for you guys. So I don't know if I classify myself as a stoner. I'm high right now, but that's kind of what I'm calling. But I smoke on a regular basis, and I started talking to a police officer, and where I live, weed isn't legal, and we're a red state. But my question is, if I continue this relationship and it leads to a relationship, do I need to tell her I smoke weed, or do I need to stop, or...
Am I the stoner? I didn't even know we were talking about a relationship
I
here.
didn't know either, because he said I was talking to an officer. I just figured he was high, talking to a person.
I don't know.
Not dating.
He said officer, though, right?
Yeah.
So is he dating the officer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like he's talking to her.
Right. Okay. I just thought it's weird to call maybe this is misogynistic of me. I heard officer. I'm not thinking girl.
Agreed.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's like dating, talking to a female cop, and he's a stoner in a state where it's not legal. I'm pretty sure cops like do drugs and party and shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
like it's just when
I
they're on
don't-
the clock. I don't know if you can like. I mean, I would. I don't know. When my ex-in-laws like side of things, there was a guy who was like a DEA agent, and it was kind of like he didn't like when there was underage drinking, like. But I don't think he was gonna like arrest anybody.
Yeah.
that was also like family and kids with an uncle versus like dating
Dude,
situation.
dating, like, are you fucking kidding me? We just talked about this. It's 2020. Weed is not illegal
Well,
anymore.
right. That's
Weed,
the okay. But let's forget about weed. What if this guy likes to do coke and like he is dating a cop?
I'd probably hide coke.
Yeah, probably right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like cops probably do coke. Like
Cops definitely do
like
coke.
like
but
people,
I
like,
would.
cops are bad people a lot of times,
I-
as we've come to learn. Where it's like they're not like these squeaky clean. Like we follow the law that we uphold. It's
Yeah.
like I got a job to do. But if I'm hanging out with my friends and they want to like do coke, I'm not, But I could also see a situation where it's like, if anything happens and I'm here, I lose my job. So can you guys like not do that in front of me? And that might extend to your
I'd let you
relationship.
bring it up. I wouldn't be like fucking throwing down a bag
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Like,
But
be
would
like-
you bring it up? Would you be like, hey, like, this is cool. I'm enjoying, like, the sex is great. We're having a fun time. But, like, I want to let you know I got, like, a drug habit.
Yeah,
and, like,
just so
that's
you know,
gonna be
I
in front of
like
you a little
to
bit.
break the law and do drugs. I'd probably say it. I
Yeah.
probably would, because it's like, look, just, like,
I would be like, off the record, plead the fifth, sir. I'd like to institute Article 9 of the Constitution. Like, you can't hold this against me, but I got to tell you, I smoke rogues, Joe Rogan. Like, I feel like you do have to maybe bring that up ahead of time. I definitely wouldn't just surprise somebody with it. Imagine that if it was like, what's up, girl? Like, come on over, and then you lay it out, and she's like, "You're under fucking arrest." That would be a
yeah, I'd
real
make sure
dick
I didn't
move.
have anything on me at the time.
Right.
Be like, in case she gets a little upset about
what
this.
if-
Like, well, it was a joke. It
What
was
if
just a
I
joke.
were to bring coke over to the apartment?
I like how this guy's calling about weed, and we're like, anyway, hard drugs. yeah.
Come on, we
Dude, we got to talk about something that's at least a felony.
right. Come on, dude.
other than
I
that-
would be like, what if hypothetically, someone's coming over here, and I'm going to buy something off him? That'd be funny. Like, dude, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
It's
no,
off.
my
It's off.
girlfriend
It's
said
off.
I
Turn around. Yeah.
Sorry, my girlfriend said I can't do drugs
How
tonight.
about this? Could you date a cop?
Could I date a cop? Probably not.
Yeah, I was gonna say not many jobs, not many careers, employment paths would deter me.
I think it would be an hours thing.
But okay, forget about that. What if your hours matched up somehow? The idea of dating a cop who and let's say they were kind of like a stickler.
No, I mean, if a stickler.
Not
no,
a
then I
stickler.
could just date a person
No,
who's not
all
fun.
right, all right, not a stickler who's like she's not going to arrest you if you do coke, but she's going to be like, I don't do that because I enforce this. And,
I would if you enforced
the rules.
the rules. I'd be like, well, you're not very fun. So
Right.
me and you are not going to get along very much.
I'm
yeah.
with you on that. I don't think there's many jobs. What's like the list of jobs that you couldn't? I could probably deal with like.
But then also, if you didn't enforce the rules, I'd probably lose respect for you.
yeah, you're not good at your job.
Like,
What do you stand for, baby?
lose for a cop.
Yeah.
Like, either you're boring and
I
you're
think-
good at your job, or you're not good at your job, and I don't respect that.
I think becoming a cop is insanity.
I think it's.
I think it's. I guess the people who really serve and protect and do it the right way. I thank you. I think you're fucking crazy. Same thing with people who enlist. Even more respect for you, fighting for me and the freedoms. But you're fucking nuts. It's like here's your life path. You could just have a normal job and make money and live and have friends and all that shit, or you could go almost die all the time.
Yeah, there's the people who have a call to service.
Sure, and I
Don't
really respect
don't have that one.
But also, I feel like the more and more we learn about like how fucking pissed would you be if you went to war for the war in Iraq and then you find out that it was all there were no weapons of mass destruction. It's like the more I learn things about that, where you learn the government's a bunch of scumbags,
Yeah.
the military, industrial complex, all that shit. It's like, well, then my calling isn't even real. So fuck this. I think it's all nuts. But the people who do it the right way, you're the best. The people who are just well, I get a good pension, so I'm just gonna go be a cop. It's like, I don't know. Well, why don't you just go be a firefighter? I would rather be a firefighter than a cop,
I think so too.
Right?
Especially since I saw King of Staten Island. This seems fun.
It's great. It's like a frat house. You're hanging out with the boys. Every now and then something catches on fire. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. But yeah, what are there any other employments, any other jobs that really would be a non-starter for you with a girl? Like I'd rather you be like a cam girl or like a sex worker than a cop or something like that. I'd rather you be like,
I'd rather you be a fucking hooker than a cop.
I would rather not a hooker, but like I'd rather you be like I masturbate on like anonymously on the internet for money. I'd be like, all right, blast off, girl.
I probably like a lawyer.
Really?
I don't know. I think
date a lawyer.
I think I'd just be like, you're a woman. You're already too good at arguing. You can't have both.
That's a great point.
Like I'll never win a fight.
That's a great point.
I'm like, all right. I mean,
Fuck
fine.
lawyers.
Fine, you got me again. All right.
I hate to break it to you, girls. If you're a female lawyer, you just plummeted to the bottom of my like. You ain't sexy anymore. You're too smart.
You're too smart.
You're too smart.
The,
And that's not like a male insecurity thing. That's just a me. Like that's a I want to win an argument every now and then.
That's just me being a man and insecure.
Right. Oh man. By the way, John's amazing infamous quote last episode. I got candy in my freezer and I can masturbate whenever I want or I can come wherever I want. Phoenix Marie, legend of the game, chimed in on Instagram saying, well, ain't that adulthood or something like that. So the real ones know, but that's up there. That's not me being an insecure man. That's just me being a man who's insecure.
Speaking of being a man and seeing this is now International Men's Day, I forgot to bring up the fact that I cannot participate in it because I did the most childish thing I've ever done in my life last night.
Whoa. This you better bring the heat because you are a big dumb baby. Like you've done a lot of childish things.
I drank so much soda I just threw up.
How much did you drink?
A lot of soda.
Like a 2-liter bottle?
I ordered $100 worth of Domino's. And
For just you?
No, me and my girlfriend.
But okay, just you. She had 2 slices and a.
Well, she got her own pizza. I got her own pizza. I got my own pizza. And then
how do you get to $100?
I honestly have a screenshot.
Let's get the order.
I can tell it to you. I did screenshot.
You've got to do. All right, let me try to figure out. A large pie for you?
Nope, medium.
Medium for her, medium for you.
Yep.
You did a cheesy bread?
No.
You did a buffalo kickers.
Yep.
You did lava cakes.
No.
Did you do some sort of dessert?
Yes.
Did the Cinnasticks?
The cookie brownie.
Cookie brownies. Great. Okay, now where does the other $75 come from?
I gave $10 to St. Jude.
Sucker.
So yeah, I mean,
and then $60 worth of soda?
Oh, I gave a monster tip. I gave $17 tip.
All right, so $27 comes off that.
We're
down to $70.
It was $76 total for the food, $6.44 for the tax, 25-cent bottle deposit.
Okay, but still.
$6 delivery charge, $18, $17.86 tip.
$100 for Domino's. That might be the most childish thing you've ever done. That's so incredibly reckless with your money. Like, there are people out there right now who are like living off ramen noodles trying to make ends meet, who are like, fuck, this is worse than like Dave taking private jets anywhere. Feidelberg dropping a hundo on fucking Domino's.
But it was like,
so what's the food? How do you get to $70 worth of food when it's just 2 pizzas and no cheesy bread?
Okay, so a medium hand tossed pizza, $12.49. A medium with a bunch of toppings, $19.99. 10-piece boneless chicken, $12.24. 2 red pepper packets, 20 cents. 1 garlic dipping cup, 75 cents. 1 marbled cookie brownie, $7.49. 1 20-ounce bottle of Sprite, $2.49. 2 20-ounce bottles of water, $4.96. 20 ounces of Barstool, a bottle of Fanta Orange, $2.49. A 2-liter of Coke, $3.49. A $10 St. Jude donation.
So tell me by the way, that's not a lot of food for $70. That's
Nope.
crazy.
No.
So you're telling me you drank a Sprite, a Fanta, and a 2-liter bottle of soda?
Yeah.
You drank all of it?
Yeah. and like, I don't even...
And so when that comes back up, A, the bubbles is hurting, and B, the colors is wild.
Yeah. It was like...
You're not a soda guy either.
Yeah, that's
you are
the thing,
strictly
like,
a water dude.
I only drink... I don't know. Last night I was in the mood for soda.
So you started with the orange soda.
I started with the
orange soda. Then you went to the Sprite.
Yep.
And then you were like, I'm still thirsty for more soda. You crack open the 2-liter bottle.
And I got halfway through that and I was like, oof, boy, I'm gonna puke. And then just kept drinking it.
I mean, to me, I'm a soda addict. So like when I have pizza, I'm definitely getting Domino's tonight for sure, 100%. When I have a pizza, when I have a sandwich, when I have one of those meals, I need a soda. But then when I'm done. Like I don't think I'll ever. I used to do this as a kid, like just drink a soda. Like just so you were done with your food, or you were steady eating and drinking the whole time.
No, I was done with the food.
Right, so you were just putting
food.
down.
I probably only had like 3 slices of pizza.
And so you just had soda in your belly.
Yeah,
I remember. I think I got a full.
It was violent.
I bet.
Violent puking.
Yeah,
it was like
that's when we called spitting rainbows, where it comes out of you like it looks like a fucking rainbow.
It
was
like 5 like separate big pukes.
That's just ounces, you know.
Yeah.
You had like 60. You had like 84 ounces in you. I think 64 is in 2 liters. So you had 220 ounces, a 64 ouncer. I mean, that's a lot of ounces, man.
Yeah.
Your belly was just like, there's no fucking
There was
room.
no more, and I knew that halfway through.
It's like bubbling, you know, it's coming up
With
your
half-
chest.
I had half the Coke left, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to finish this without puking, but we're gonna try.
What
Anyway.
did wifey say?
She was asleep, and she'd fallen
She
asleep on the
wake you
couch.
up because you were like, "Bleh."
I woke her up, and
Yeah.
she said she started giggling because she thought it was the cutest thing ever. That I just drank so
Honestly,
much like a toddler. I just
You,
drank so
you
much
have
soda.
to put a ring on it because she often would just laugh at all the dumb things you do. It's like, oh, John was just blacked out last night. It was so cute. John drank so much soda till he puked. It was amazing. John wastes all his money on dumb things. He's so adorable. Honestly, there have been several times in my life having come from the opposite marriage situation where I could do no right, where I'm like, does this guy ever get in trouble? Is he ever going to be in the doghouse? What's going on? He can drink as much soda as he wants. That's all I ever wanted. Amazing. She's amazing. True love, man. True love.
She was just like, yeah. I just
I'm
thought it
just
was-
dating a
I
big
thought-
dumb baby.
I thought it was so cute. Like, listening to you puke because you drank too much soda. And like, realistically, that is pretty fucking cute.
It's pretty cute.
That's pretty adorable.
It's pretty fucking funny, man. Goodness gracious. Last voicemail is brought to you by Revitalite, which is perfect because John also drinks too much of everything you put in front of him. And then you're going to wake up with a hangover. And that, my friends, at this age, is crippling. It stops you from working well. It stops you from being enjoyable. You're a bad friend. You're in a bad mood. You're a bad person when you're hungover. And Revitalite can stop that and make you be a happy person again, make you be a productive person again. And so help fight the hangover and hydrate yourself with Revitalite. No more, everybody relies on like the sports drink for like the baby hangovers. And then the big ones kick in. And over the years, you had to be like, I need to go to the baby aisle and get the children's drink to fight this hangover. Not anymore. It's like, this is stupid. We all know why this is here. Let's just put it in the aisle for the adults. Sometimes you can even find it in the liquor store right next to the booze that's going to be giving you the hangover. It's got the same electrolyte formula found in the baby aisle pharmacies, but now it's sold primarily in the convenience stores and the grocery stores and the liquor stores. So it's saving you that extra trip. Which really one trip is like the best thing in the world. Whether it's carrying the groceries from the car in one trip or getting all your groceries in one trip at the same place.
You feel
It's
like there are
amazing.
rarely things I do in my life where I'm like, I feel like I accomplished something.
Yes,
today.
one trip
And
is it.
One trip is it.
Did I tell you? I think I said this on the Mets podcast, but I did one trip a couple weeks ago, and this guy was cheering me on. It was amazing. I was getting out of the car, and I had all my bags hooked on my arm, and I did the mule kick to close the door. And he was like, "That's right, one trip, let's go." And I got stairs to go up to get into, and then I got to get my key out and get in the door. And he was like, "You got this, you can do this." And I was like, "That's right, let's go." It was like men helping men. It was great. That's just International Men's Day shit. Hype each other up, man. But yeah, so if you can do that all in one trip and you can come home and it's like, bam, I got my liquor and I got my mixer and I got my hangover drink. Or how about this? Your mixer is your hangover drink. Pow! Drink the liquor with the Revitalite. It's tasty and it hydrates you while you drink. So it's almost like the hangover never even gets a chance to start. They've got the mixed berries, the mixed fruit, and the strawberry, I believe it is. So 3 different flavors to choose from. I like to call the flavors purple, red, and pink.
Yeah. Well, I would say an orange. There's an orange.
Yeah. It's purple, orange, and pink.
Yes.
And you can get it all in one shot. You drink half a bottle at night before you go to bed, drink the other half in the morning, and you will seriously stop that hangover from taking in full effect. Go to drinkrevitalite.com, REVITALYTE, drinkrevitalite.com/find for the most up-to-date info on where you can purchase Revitalite. Last one. What we got, Nick?
Hey, KFC, Feits. I was just doing a workout, and, the guys that are obviously on these videos that I'm watching are super shredded. And I was wondering if you'd rather look super strong, like be absolutely ripped, but not actually be strong,
God, this is the dumbest
or
question.
would you rather kind of look chubbier and just have, like, Mr. Incredible strength? I don't know. Let me know. Peace.
Well, okay, wait a minute. That's different. Are we talking about like superhero strength? If I could be like a superhero, then maybe I would take that. because you can do some
Like
shit
what's
with that.
super? Like obviously not superhero.
Well, he said like
superhero.
Mr. Incredible,
Mr. Incredible's who?
The Incredibles.
Oh,
He's a literal superhero.
right. Okay, I was
You're
thinking
thinking of like Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yes.
Mr.
Olympia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No, yeah. I'm talking about like superhuman strength. Well, no, that's out the window. You're just a strongman competition winner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I cannot tell you how little strength matters in my life. I am pretty much a female in this point, and it does not affect me at all. At all. Other than like my pride and ego occasionally is like, God damn it, like I don't think I could do a pull-up right now. But other than that,
Definitely
it's like
can't do a pull-up.
Right. It's like other than that, like, what is it? Now down the road, don't get me wrong, the overall just not being healthy will catch up with me and I will be like a bag of bones who dies early. But the actual strength does nothing for me.
Yeah, there's
Nothing.
really no reason to.
We're
be
not
strong.
playing sports anymore.
I want to look
not-
aesthetically pleasing. But I
Right.
have
So
no
if
reason.
basically you're asking me, do I want to be hot or strong? And it's like, I want to be hot.
Yeah.
I want people to look at me and be like, damn, that guy looks good. Other than
But
like,
Mr. Incredible, like if I become a superhero, with
Totally.
like just what my body
if
is.
if I am superhuman and I can be like, I can like lift cars and like save the day and become, you're gonna get rich off that.
Right.
But if it's just like I'm a bodybuilder and I can bench like 300 pounds, who fucking cares?
Yeah, but here's the deal too, though. If you could do that, you could make it cool. Like,
Well,
especially in
it's
this line of
almost-
work.
To go back to what I was saying, it's like if you're really good at anything, you get the confidence from it and you get the swagger where it's like, you know, I would like to walk into a bar and be like, I could beat anybody in an arm wrestling contest and shit like that. You can have some fun with it.
Even
and make
but
it
like
cool,
like
but
even like as like a blogger, you could do a lot with it.
Yeah.
So if you got to keep your job and it's just like, oh, like
yeah,
I'll just
we could do
bench.
a video series of me like lifting crazy shit or fighting, you know, fucking fight Putin or fight a bear or whatever. But in general, once you're done with sports, like your physical fitness means nothing other than your own personal. Like if you feel pride, okay, you want to be healthy.
it's
okay.
all about vanity.
But all about
It's
vanity, yeah.
all I've ever been about. It's just
and
vanity.
and really, I feel like as much as like the dad bod thing is really not that true. In general, society has kind of moved to a point of like you don't need to have muscles anymore.
You think so?
Yes,
I don't think.
Yes. I think there are.
I think
Extremely few girls who are like, I need my guy to be like ripped or strong.
there are
I
very
think it's
few.
a bonus. I think it can be a plus.
But I don't think societies. I think we still teach that to young kids, and then once you get older and you realize no one really gives a shit. Because like I remember when I watched that documentary, Bigger, Faster, Stronger. It was just about like the steroid industry, and it was showing you in the documentary like about like what the GI Joes looked like in like the 1960s.
Yeah.
And like they were just like fucking
Normal,
regular
right?
ass
And
dudes.
now they're, like,
now
fake shaped
Yeah,
and-
now
yeah.
they look like fucking Bane.
Right.
And it's the same thing with like what our action movies were. Like in the 80s, it was just fucking Bruce Willis.
Right, just
And like,
guys.
you just
And
had
now
like I mean
they're-
Swayze was in good shape,
Now
but like
The Rock. Did you see The
no.
Rock's post the other day about how he can't fit in the cars?
no.
Like they're shooting. He's shooting a new movie. What's it called? It seemed cool. The premise seemed kind of cool, but
Is it Black Adam?
no, because I would have recognized that one. I think it's a Netflix one coming out.
Oh yeah, I think Ryan Reynolds is in it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. And it was him like either getting in or getting out. It was a still shot of him getting in and out of like an Aston Martin, like a real sports car. And he was like, just another day on set with his big dumb oaf talking about himself who like can't fit in cars anymore. He's like, let me show you how it goes. And he had said DJ for himself, Dwayne Johnson, and then like the director's initials. And it was like a back and forth like dialogue. And it was like, all right, like get in and we'll shoot the scene and like we're good. And DJ's like I don't know, guys. And he's like, yeah, whatever, just get in the car. And he's like, no, dude, I don't think I can fit in it. And then the director was like, are you fucking with me? And he's like, no, I can't fit in the car. And like they get, you know, a $275,000 car for the scene. And it's like, The Rock can't fit in it. He can't get in the car. And then he like, they said he like, the director was like, oh, fuck, like, what do we do now? And they had to have like a brainstorm about how to get the shot, even though the guy can't get into the car. That is crazy.
That reminds me of one of my favorite all-time urban legends, whether it was true or not. But it's one we don't talk about as much. There's Ozzy, there's Lil Kim, Mike Allstott couldn't wash the other side of his body.
I heard he couldn't wipe his ass or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
maybe ass. Yeah, he just couldn't.
yeah.
He was too muscle bound to like wash the right side of his body or left side of his body.
I gotta believe, man. But yeah, like I mean, these guys are like now the size of a fucking mountain. The mountain. But I also don't think that it's like. I mean, maybe this is just me. It's like when I didn't achieve that, I didn't feel like I was a failure or something.
No.
To me, it really comes down to like what do girls want to bang, and I don't think that girls like need that. You know.
Yeah, I think I've
be, like,
accepted that
desirable,
now.
To be like the pinnacle, you have to have like abs and muscles and shit. But to be like functional and like, you know, we can get the job done enough being like I'm skinny fat. It doesn't fun. Apparently, dude. So I am making these recap videos, kind of making fun of the BFFs podcast with Josh Richards and Dave. So I guess I don't know if they brought up that. Or if it was the rap battle. Dave was talking about the rap battle again, and how he thinks he won that. I think Dave was probably trying to bring up like the only like cool thing he's ever done, you know, like that these kids might relate to. But anyway, Dave was explaining like his diss track to these kids, and they were like, I don't get it. Like, how could you be skinny and fat at the same time? Like, what is skinny fat? And I was like,
Let's see what skinny fat is.
These kids are either they're so in shape and so stupid they don't understand the concept of skinny fat. Like, you guys can't even wrap your minds around my body type.
That's a term like I learned as like a young person.
Come on, that's not like I didn't make that up or something. Like, so, but yeah, they're just like, what do you mean? Like you don't have a six pack? It does not compute for them. So for me, like again, unless it's superhuman. I would like, I wouldn't even change. The reason I want to change my physical body at this point is for like, because I hurt all the time.
Yeah.
But I have had, again, in the vanity department where it's like being desirable, like I have never had a problem. And I'm gross. Like girls, what the fuck? Girls, and I mean, I've had some sex with like attractive women. How? Why? Like I take my shirt off, and not only are they like, they're not even like, oh, all right, I guess like we're too late. I got to go through with this. They want to do it again. That's insane. I'm disgusting. It's horrible when the shirt comes off, and then they let me like lay on top of them. Heavens to Betsy. Have some self-respect, ladies.
Girls have to. But I mean, that's the. Well, you're funny.
But do you think that they are just so broken that they tolerate it? Like, okay, this kind of sucks, but you know, then he makes me laugh later. Or is it like they're actually okay with it?
I think they enjoy it.
Yeah,
I think they're enjoying themselves.
Nuts. I hope so. I don't want to make it sound like I'm. They better be enjoying themselves. Christ, girls, I'll never figure you out. Speaking of, let's talk to one of the funniest and most interesting ones that we've ever had on the show here. Cazzie David has a new book out, and she's on today to talk about her in all her awkward glory with funny fucking stories about Obama and her father, Larry David, and just some of the wild, interactions.
The Obama
she's
story
had.
is so
The Obama
fucking
story is
funny.
amazing. She's like worried that she's gonna come off as like prissy and like diva and that. I'm like, I think it's total opposite.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah, you just happen to have a rich dad and you handled it like a normal person would. Like, I can't fucking believe this. Like, I think it's gonna be like your most relatable moment ever.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't matter.
So
It doesn't matter.
it's so funny. But she is a tremendously nervous person all the time and does not like doing the promo for this book. So two things. Number one, we promised her that her book and her whole style would resonate with our audience, which we truly, genuinely mean. I would say, unfortunately, like 90% of the time when you're doing our show, it's like, yeah, you get your press, but like, you know, it's just generic, right? This time, this is like, this audience fits perfectly for this book. And we promised her it was going to be worth it. So do us a favor and go buy her book.
It's very good.
It's
a
very
quick
Feidelberg
easy
read
read.
it. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm reading it. I don't ever read. So if I'm reading it, you know that it's enjoyable. And let her know that you're reading it because you're a part of the KFC radio audience, and we thought that it would fit and resonate. Number two, she hates doing the promo in the press, and she was so nervous. So if you are so inclined, tell her that it was a great appearance and that you enjoyed it and that it was entertaining because, as we just said earlier, we're doing the hype gang. We're hyping everybody up and trying to make people feel better about themselves. So do it for Cazzie and do it for us. The interview is brought to you by Guideline. In today's world, you got to go above and beyond to make sure that your company runs smoothly and runs well with employees being happy and employees being well compensated. And so offering a 401k to your employees sends a great message. It says that you have their back. It says that you want them to be wealthy. It says that you want them to be able to retire one day and be happy. And so small businesses, sometimes they can't offer a 401k or think that it's too hard to get done. It's too tough. How could we possibly pull it off?
That was when I really started feeling confident with Barstool.
When they had a 401k. Right, so it does make a difference.
We might have
right.
some
If you
going,
want to
right.
be a legitimate business, you got to offer a 401k. So you can't just be like, oh, it's so hard. I don't know how to do it. Sorry, guys. But Guideline will come in to help you cross that off your list, start up the 401k process, and help you and your employees start saving with ease. Choosing the right retirement plan for the employees can be very complicated because for a small business owner, it's like you don't know what your employees want, how to pull it off, which type of retirement they're looking for. So Guideline can come in and do it all for you, make it simple and seamless. And no business is too small to offer a 401k. It can also help you attract new talent once you have it in place, because if it comes down to two places and I'm like, well, this one doesn't have a 401k and this one does, guess where I'm going? So everything gets bigger, better, all rising tides, all boats sort of thing. And next thing you know, you're not even a small business anymore. You're a big business. And it all started because you showed your employees and your prospective employees that you've got their back and you want them to be wealthy and successful. So from small businesses to startups, Guideline's got your back. You can set it up in as quickly as 10 minutes. It handles the admin. It handles the complying testing, the record keeping, the investment management, all of it. Over 13,000 companies have done it. Make it 13,001. And for a limited time right now, if you go to guideline.com/KFC and tell them you came to KFC because of KFC Radio, you'll get a $100 gift card when you start a 401k plan with Guideline. That's guideline.com/KFC to get a 401k for your business. Tell them KFC Radio sent you and get that $100 gift card. Cazzie David, what up, girl?
Hi, Cazzie. We can't hear you, but hi.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
Can you talk?
Hey. Yeah.
Yo!
That was a super awkward start.
What's up, you guys? Thanks for having me.
Thank you
for
very much
joining
for
us.
joining
I feel
us.
like we're going to talk about being in awkward situations, and that was the most awkward I felt in a long time. So hot start.
No, I'm very nervous actually that my awkward tendencies in these interviews is bordering on Jennifer Lawrence with the clumsiness. I don't realize why that happens now. It's because these situations are so uncomfortable. You
It's always kind of awkward, and then with the computer and everything, it makes it 10 times worse. So there's nothing more awkward than just talking to strangers and trying to have think about how weird all this whole process is, where it's like, we do not know each other at all, but let's have a 30-minute conversation. That's kind of crazy.
It's horrifying, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I trust you guys, I know I'm not your normal guest. I think you usually guys have porn stars and shit on here.
No! What? Fuck. That's wrong. That is not our...
Fuck.
That's inaccurate. That is inaccurate. We've had
I'm probably
3
the
porn
opposite
stars.
of any guest you've ever had. It's my assumption.
We got to work on our image.
Yeah,
we need better
that's-
PR.
It's our top 5 YouTube videos.
It's
Yeah, we
all right.
gotta-
It's a
we gotta-
top YouTube video. That gets the numbers. But we've had few porn stars. We have,
They're
think
wonderful people, by the way.
most of our show is really comparable to your book, I feel like.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of guests a lot of time where I'm like, you're not going to get anything out of this. Whatever they're promoting, I'm like, you're not going to get one single viewer.
Mm-hmm.
But I think everyone who listens to this podcast, and I've read a majority, I didn't finish. My goal was to finish the book. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
But I've read a majority of the book, and I think anyone who listens to this podcast will very, very much enjoy. Is it no one or nobody asked for this? I forget.
It's no one else for this. I'd so much rather be the guest that gets one viewer. That
Well, I mean, in your intro, it's such a good, immediately it resonated with me where it's like, you're not gonna like me. This does not have a likable protagonist.
I honestly, if he were to write a book, it would be your book. It's crazy.
There were many times I was reading the book and I was like, fuck, she beat me. All right. And I was never gonna have the courage to write it
That's the biggest
myself.
compliment when someone does something before you.
Yeah. I could have done it, but never mind. Cazzie beat me. It's all good.
I feel like she did a little better than you could too.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt.
No, but
it's
it's-
someone funnier and more interesting than me wrote a book. I get it.
We
I
do
do-
always
I'm-
preach self-awareness too, and I feel like you've got that in spades. And I think there's nothing funnier, more interesting, intriguing, entertaining, all of that than
Guys,
someone.
stop gassing me up, seriously.
No, but I think when someone can be that honest in a very specific and accurate way, it's oh shit. Yeah, I think that resonates with people a lot, especially this era with a lot of anxiety and just feeling awkward and not knowing what to do or how to do it, all that shit. I feel like it's a ton of people can relate to that now.
Thanks.
Do you think we invented it or we just have the courage to admit it now? Our generation. And you're younger than us, so like not
I don't know.
ours.
I think because we're all such narcissists, it's probably like we pay so close attention to our emotions and ourselves that people just maybe didn't as much back then.
I feel like it's kind of a little bit of a luxury to be able to worry about it. You know, it's like, I know, you know, you still have to worry about mental health and everything, but if you have like, if you're trying to like put food on the table and it's like, you know, you don't have the luxury to worry about what your therapist says or working on yourself, like you're not even thinking about that shit.
No. Anxiety in itself, it's like a very privileged like thing. Yeah, but it is also like in this time, like you're like if you're normal, you're mentally ill. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so crazy. Sorry,
It feels unoriginal almost sometimes. Where I'm like, yeah, no, like I am severely depressed and anxious. Like, yeah, so
we know,
all, you fucking idiot.
Dude.
But reading your book, I was like, someone can do it well. Someone can fucking nail it perfectly.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, there's definitely something wrong with you if you're not feeling like totally crazy.
You had a bit in the book about how like you feel like stand-up comics are sometimes phony because they get up there and they're talking about being anxious and nervous, but obviously they're not if they're on stage and performing. But I feel like you're kind of doing the same thing, writing a book, doing the tour.
No,
like,
I'm certainly a hypocrite. I didn't really, I didn't take all of this into account when I was doing it, but I do consider myself more of like a comedian with stage fright rather than a writer at this point. But yeah, I mean, I guess I understand now. I still don't think I could ever do that. So maybe I'm still one step below that, but yeah, I don't know how they do it.
Are you happy? Is this you know?
Am I happy?
No. I didn't.
No, I'm not happy at all.
I didn't finish my sentence, but keep going. Go ahead, girl. No. I was gonna say, like, forget about the reasons why it's happening, but are you happy that you're able to do the press tour through the computer, or would you be happier to be like going to these radio stations and making appearances on the podcast live, or are you happy that you're just like, I can do it from my my bedroom in my sweats?
For something like with you guys, I'd probably like to be in the studio. I'd get to wear like those cool
That's
headset.
a big compliment.
You know, we could have a better,
Yeah.
But I think, there's no way I could do some of the things I'm doing right now. I like really lucked out, almost like God did this to all of us just for me to get through.
You were the one who ate the bat soup.
Everyone has something that has happened to them that's like it has benefited from. This, except for all the death and
except for the ones who are dead, everybody can kind of be like, yeah, this was a good thing. If you're having a great year, if you've like got a promotion and you like got married and this, that, and the other thing, put out a fucking super hit book and everything,
I've had a pretty good year.
You had a good year?
There's a few people who like totally thrived during this time, and they might not have if it never happened. Like they might still not have careers and shit.
Right.
So yeah, but that's. I guess definitely.
You have had a good year. I don't think I've ever heard you be that. Like,
I mean,
positive.
I've had a fine year.
What happened? What happened this year?
Nothing, which is a good year.
That's
good.
Like
nothing of note happened. Beautiful. That's one more year off.
No news is good news.
Nothing is the best thing that can happen.
Yes. Yeah. Big fan of nothing. I don't want to ever have anything that I have to worry about. Like even something good is like, oh, it's just a thing that I have to do or talk about. Like, no, I just want to be. Just let me be.
I've existed this year and it's been fine. It's been pretty good.
It's as good as it gets.
Great.
How long did it take you to write the book?
Do you guys really want to talk? Like, do we have to talk about the book?
No, we can talk about whatever the fuck.
Wait, we have a lot to talk about. I actually have like a lot of notes from the book where I just want like one thing to talk about, like the fact that you change into jeans and sweatpants. I don't do that.
Fucking lunatic.
The fact that you change into what?
You were like, you have one line in the book where you're like, I immediately, the moment I walk into my house, I take my pants off, I put on sweatpants.
Like a normal person.
I think you call them pajamas. I believe there's an ex-boyfriend who used to get mad that you weren't wearing dresses enough.
Yeah.
And
fuck.
Yeah, a very interesting thing to get angry about.
I think if your girlfriend was like wearing sweatpants like literally all the time and you never saw her like look like
never dressed up.
A girl essentially, or like not a girl, that's a like wrong thing to say in this time, but nice.
You're describing my girlfriend.
I can get down.
I've never seen my girlfriend in a dress.
I can get down with like sweatpants, yoga pants, leggings, the whole nine. Sure.
It's the athleisure
This fucking
era.
guy will sit. He'll get home from work. First of all, we have a job where you don't even really need to put on jeans if you didn't want to. So he'll put them on, or sometimes he's wearing like fucking like tweed pants. Yeah, what are you wearing today? Like,
What up?
and he'll get home.
These are nice ass.
He will get
First of all,
home.
my leg got up there real smooth.
You probably tore something. You're gonna feel that in the morning. He'll wear that until he goes to bed at night.
Yeah, that's like psycho.
So crazy.
These are comfy ass pants.
They are not.
You have
these
to
are
be, I
definitively
think you have
comfy.
to be comfortable in your own body for clothes not to like really affect you that much. Like,
Well, that's wrong.
I was gonna say, Mr. Comfortable in your own body over here. Get the fuck out
I
of
need
here.
I need like warmth and comfort like 24/7. Like 'cause
Everything I wear now, it's like Sherpa, soft, like
we need to feel like we're in a womb in our clothes.
You need to be
I
swaddled
need
constantly.
the womb. Yes.
Honestly, you can.
See, I need
swaddle
a
me up.
burlap sack. I need to be roughed up all the time. Just like make me uncomfortable because I want to match the inside with my outside.
I'm bummed that I don't get like a buddy. Like I feel kind of like
This is our buddy.
It's not really fair. Yeah. I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because I don't have a buddy here.
We do have like a little like we get to look
get
at
a
each
little
other
back and
like
forth.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
it's
feel
nice.
left out. I feel like totally excluded.
We're trying to include you here. Trying our best.
Yeah, I'll stop looking at Kevin.
We did
No,
we did a segment on our show last week. There was a dude in Israel who is suing the state for what was the exact term?
Wrongful birth.
Wrongful birth, saying that he never signed up to be born and signed up to live, and he's pretty mad about it. And
Is this recent?
yeah, he got awarded. I think he won like $2 million.
He won $2.7 million.
Okay,
Because-
I've wanted to do that my entire life.
So long, right?
But we had just talked about it when I started reading your book, and you have something. I think I used to say, I was like, if you would offer to me to a sperm, I'd be like, I'll cut my tail off. Like I'm out. I don't want to do this.
Right.
And I think in the book you said fetus, but it's like I didn't fucking ask for this. Why do we have to do this?
If someone told you like everything that life entails, and if that's something you want to go through, you would say no.
You'd absolutely say no without a second of hesitation. You'd be like, "Fuck that! That sounds
People
awful."
who would choose life are the people who would like go skydiving.
Oh, hang on here.
See, he doesn't make sense though. You're a fucking.
Well,
you're an enigma.
I go skydiving, and I've gone skydiving because
wear jeans all day. You go like you're just like, who are you?
He makes no sense.
My argument with it is if things go wrong, you just die. Like there's nothing bad that happens, you just die. Right? Like
No, I don't think I'd want to die by skydiving though.
but you don't have to.
How would you want to die?
People would mourn you less if you die skydiving. I feel
Oh,
like,
so you want the whole? You want the attention?
yeah, I need the whole shebang. You know.
What do you think would get you the most show right now? Like I feel like at one point a COVID death would have been a big deal, but now you're just lumped in with a bunch of
heavens,
others.
no.
You know,
Hmm,
early
I
on,
think-
you kidding me?
Yeah, Hank's really killed it at first.
Yeah, but then I guess you don't get, no one can go to, your funeral and stuff. So maybe not that, but if you want the whole show, you got to get something pretty dramatic.
Yeah, I think killing myself will always be my first choice.
That'll do the trick. All right, how would you do it?
Oh my God! You guys are wacky. You guys are wild ass people. Wild people, man. I actually did. That wasn't just like a generic random question about the book, though. Like, I've talked about trying to write a book here, and it feels like it would take so fucking long, and it's so hard to do. Was it like that, or was it easy for you?
Yeah, no, it takes forever and it's really hard. But if you have like nothing else going on in your life, it's like, that's what you do with your time. So it's definitely you're capable of doing it if you have like nothing else to do. And that is your job to finish that book.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
You seem like you have like a pretty nice career going for yourself.
We got a bunch of other shit. It's not that great, but there's just a lot of shit to do. You know what it is? I don't have enough of a good enough career going where I have to do a bunch of shit. Like if this was wildly successful, we could just do this, but it's not enough. So I'm like, all right, I got to do another show and another thing. It's like if you're doing like 4 or 5 things, you're not doing any of them good enough.
Yeah.
What would you write and what would your book be about?
It'd just probably I just plagiarize yours.
It would be very similar to yours. So now we're fucked. So now throw the idea out the window. I'm not writing a book anymore. It would be some sort of existential dread shit, so you win. Well played.
Yeah. It's really, thank you. It's really, really, that is the hardest question that I've been asked to answer. It's like when people are like, what is your book about? Like, I don't want to say me because like no one gives a fuck about me. So, like,
No, but that's wrong.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is wrong.
thinking
It
about
is
that. Like you're actually in like a really great area. I feel like where you're like you're a celebrity, but you're not a celebrity. You're kind of in the sweet spot. I feel like.
It's such a delicate balance. Like I could just fuck this all up like right now in this fucking podcast.
Say the N-word real
Don't
quick.
get canceled. Don't get canceled.
Like you don't have paparazzi, I don't imagine, but you also can't get into a club.
I can't get into a club.
Right, I
No
forget
one knows who I am.
what the essay was there, but like you were like texting people, being like, can you please get me in? So like I don't know. I feel like that's a good. I feel like if you can't immediately get into a club, you're in a good spot.
I wouldn't even be like, even if
Did you
you
even want to?
times this by like 10, I still wouldn't be able to get into the club.
What club was it?
I can't even imagine you in a club.
It was fucking Bootsy Bellows.
I don't know what that is. I'm not even saying
See,
like,
we're not cool
that's how
enough.
low I am. Like I don't even know what
the
that
name.
is.
What are you like when you're in a club? Like,
Okay,
do you
so I
like
have to-
party? Do you rage? Are you gonna like drink a bottle of champagne, hop up on the fucking table and dance? No way, right?
No, I'm not getting on the table. Like that's just like straight
Not
up like no
Okay.
way. I actually I was like forced to go to like a frat party once in college, and all of my friends that I was with, all like a song started playing, they all got on the table. And I was like genuinely left with no one, and I had just like the craziest panic attack where I was just like standing there, like looking so dumb because you're not doing anything while all my friends are next to me on this table. It was just like the worst thing ever. But I'll like get fucked up, honestly. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's what you got to do, right?
But I'll get fucked up.
when you're like
I
awkward.
enjoy getting like super fucked up.
What is your drink of choice?
Tequila.
Yeah.
What's like a not dumb thing to say? I don't know. I feel like anything could be so easily made fun of.
No, I feel like tequila is a good.
Tequila.
I respect the answer of
George
tequila.
Clooney makes it tequila. It's got
you're
a
good.
steam now.
Okay, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like it's
if you
like
said,
anything
like-
I say, it's like,
I don't know.
what a like stupid white girl drink. I don't know.
No, I think tequila plays. I feel
Yeah,
like
you
if
should've
you,
said
if you
Colt
said like
45.
fucking like
I'm in
Malibu or
play.
something.
I'm in play.
Yeah, if you were drinking like, so you know what you should do? Tell people you drink 40s. I think that would really
I
be
haven't
like,
really
why?
figured out like my adult drink, like when I go out for dinner or something. Like I don't have like a cool adult
I
drink.
feel that all the
Yeah.
time. I don't like he drinks a lot of whiskey and I'm like I just don't like that. But I feel like if as a guy,
You
I
just
feel
made it
like,
sound like a married couple. Like when we go,
Yeah,
when
when
we
me-
drinking whiskey.
Like
If
the
I could go out and
martini
be
would
like,
be
give me
such a
bourbon.
like classy chic thing for me to order at a dinner, and it's just like I'm still in college getting like a vodka soda. It's
Yeah.
There was a time when I was in college where I tried to make Manhattans a thing.
Oh, what an
and
asshole.
I would walk around. I went to Florida State, so I went to like frat boy central.
You guys definitely like thrived in college, right? Like
No,
that's what the entire thing is.
Cazzie, I went to 7 different colleges because I kept trying to find one that like I liked, and it turns out I just didn't like myself, and I just never finished.
I went to Fordham in the Bronx here, so there's no frat parties, no nothing. I was pretty lame. So
Why
no,
do I
you're
feel
profiling
like-
us incorrectly.
No, but I do feel like why do I feel like frat is like kind of part of your guys' brand?
That's because we get profiled.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers.
it is. It's
man.
inaccurate.
Everybody thinks we're these bros or they're I don't
Why
think
are you
anybody
guys?
here.
Why are
we're
you
in a frat.
guys bros? Like, why do people think you're such bros?
Because we're white.
Yeah.
We're white, and we say bro. Like, I mean, I guess our sense of humor. Well, in the beginning, we talked about a lot of sports.
your
Talk about
audience?
sports and girls, you become a frat boy. You know.
Yeah, I tried to. What is your guys' relationship with like the Call Her Daddy podcast?
So they're like, she's like under our umbrella. When they first started, we like brought them on, and like she just blew up to a whole other stratosphere. So she is like part of us, but not really. She just like does her own thing.
That shit's wild, man. Like I tried to listen to that, and I was like, "Why are you calling me a dirty whore?" Like, it's like, shut up, you little dumpsters! Like, you'll never believe like what I'm about to fucking do to this fucking cock. I was like, what? I was like, hello?
Am I hearing this right? Is this the actual episode?
I was
Yeah,
like,
but
I
that
don't
shit.
think
I
it's,
mean,
like,
I feel like a lot. Like you're either that way, or you like love the fact that there's somebody out there speaking that way and like eat it up. And I mean, she has a fuck ton of fans.
I know, that scares me. Like, who are these people? I mean, like, I totally like respect that and think it's awesome, but like, who are
It's
these?
a whole different, it's a different, if that's not you, there's no like, oh, I dabble with that. You know what I mean? You're either in
But
or you're
that's
not.
like what I think a lot of girls like would like to have an alter ego of, you know?
Yeah. And I think there's something about the fact that she just says it and doesn't give a fuck. And like, that's kind of the allure, is that like, she just doesn't care.
It's pretty.
I mean, there were parts of your book where I kind of had the same feeling, where I think you have an essay called Too Full for Dick, right? And I was like, Cazzie, LD's gonna read this.
No, it's creepy how like well my dad is at compartmentalizing, like actually just like something that's like written from me. Like, that's a really good piece, and I'm like, do you understand that I was the one who wrote it?
Did you like turn to him for help or anything? Does he like guide you through it, or is it kind of like I'll read it when it's done?
I have like I'm like constantly trying to like prove to myself that I can like do it myself. So I like don't have him read it till it's like pretty much done. But he does read like everything I do.
Is that you try to prove it to yourself, like in general, or because, you know, your father's obviously very successful and a writer in his own right? And like, because I've always thought if I had a father, or if I'm all for nepotism, like I would ride that fucking wave and I would do it proudly. But I know some people are kind of like, no.
You don't have another choice. You can't not ride the wave. Like, what would you do? I'd have to like move.
Yeah,
away.
change your name, pretend you're not it. Yeah, I mean, I would proudly be like, yup, that's how I got in the door. But then, of course, you know, you take it and you run with it and do your own thing, like, which is what I feel like you're doing. But the people who try to, like, not, you know, take the advantage, it's like, okay, idiot. Fucking stupid.
Yeah, I guess I don't know a good example of that, but you can't, because then even once you do make it or whatever, let's say you, like, change your name and you, like, got a job and you worked your way up, and then eventually someone will find out who you are, and then it was like as if it was all for nothing.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That's true.
He is like, I feel like you guys are so similar in a lot of ways when it comes to this anxiety-ridden, you know, personality.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be worse if I was a boy. I probably would feel like there's no point in doing this. Essentially, like it's been done kind of. But I do feel like because I have the perspective of being a girl, and especially like one during this time, I feel like there's a lot for me to write about that is in like a similar vein, of course, just because it's like my DNA, but also it's just like so different.
There's one of the things where you're saying in the book, when you finally convinced him, I think you were 12-ish, where you finally convinced him that like probably therapy is a good idea. And I think you said he agreed to it because it would be good material. Was that good material for you or for him?
For me.
I think that was a two-way street, Cazzie.
No, he's like very much like you should never like change like the way you are. Like you should never change like your insanity or anything like that. Like,
Which I actually like. I tend to agree. That's why I lie to my therapist all the time. I'm like, you're not fixing me.
Does he feel that way for like the comedy aspect, or just like in general? Like, you know, if you are that
just
way,
like that's who you are, and there's nothing you really can do or should even do to change it. And I'm like, I would agree if I wasn't like blacking out from doing press, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think it's also easy to say when, you know, he's turned it into a empire of comedy success. It's like, yeah, it's easy for you, Larry. The rest of us are just sitting at home sad. It's tough.
Yeah.
Like maybe my therapist can help me not cry through the night or whatever. But
Right.
yeah, did you feel?
I think him having an outlet that he can constantly put things into, like he's had Kirk for like 10 years. I don't know how long it's been, but, and he's been constantly, sorry, that sounded so obnoxious. He's constantly able to,
I think it's been like significantly longer than 10 years. It's been like
I guess like
triple that.
How long has it been? Has it been like?
I would guess 20 would have been what I said.
For what are you talking about specifically? Like just
how many seasons like he's been on the airport?
I think Curb's on season 9, but I think like, you know, he fucking takes off some. I think it's. I would guess it's.
But even just still like with prior to Curb and Seinfeld and everything.
It's been 100 years, and
What's your problem with Twitter?
It's okay. Well, I don't have a problem. Hey,
You're morally opposed to it, Cazzie.
yeah, no, I have one. I have tried to have a Twitter before in college, and thank God who wants their personality recorded for eternity over time? It's just beyond me. I regret the things I say and just in passing. Why would I be okay with what I put out on the internet?
That's actually, I get that because I get so mad when people retweet or favorite tweets. I'm just
yours?
Yeah.
Why are you doing it?
If it wasn't 30 seconds ago, don't remind me that I said that. All the time. It'd be yesterday's tweet and it's oh, this got retweeted. I'm like, why the fuck are you doing? I said
Just
it
leave it.
yesterday.
Just leave it.
I'm a
It's dead.
completely different person today.
It's the idea that there's just the fact there's so many opinions in this one void.
It's the worst.
Really I don't want to add mine to it, and it just even knowing it exists is just
But isn't it I mean, at the same time, again, you wrote this biography collection of essays. Isn't that just a bunch of really long tweets?
Well, yeah, but you get months and months to edit it and
Got
be
it,
sure
got
that
it.
it's.
Yeah,
I'm still not sure, obviously, but at least it's a
And
reader
money.
has to want to read it,
Right, you're
really,
opting into it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think
and then-
that was something I had to deal with with blogging, where I was all right, I don't get why, but people want to hear what I have to say. Okay. So I'll just keep giving you my opinions on all these things, but I do not understand why. People will be like, why? I don't even get why you have a career. I'm like, me neither, bro. Me fucking neither. But
sometimes you
it's
just have
working.
to disassociate and submit to what you need to do.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll give me money, give me a career. I guess it's all good. What's next? What are you gonna do? Are you happy? I say keep going back to this happy idea. No, it's when you put the book out. Did you feel a sense of accomplishment? Were you relieved? Are you I want to do another one? Or you have big plans next? Or was it just all right, I'm fucking done with that. I don't care what's next.
I don't feel I can start whatever's next until this is all over. It takes up so much of your time. I don't feel a sense of relief. It's more just sleepless dread, every day. But
Sounds
yeah,
awesome. Sleepless dread every day. Maybe that's the next book.
But you don't think of, you really, I didn't think about this part when I was doing it. And then once it's you're forced to put it out in the world, you're just okay, I guess here I am and this is what's happening. And now everyone knows I'm insane. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, using your psyche vowels in a book it's a bold move.
Thanks. Yeah. No, that was really more so because I'm still talking about the same issues that I was dealing with when I was 12. So to see that you really cannot change no matter what, and over so many years is I think really fascinating.
You're a poster child for why therapy doesn't work. You're this is, I got the same shit from when I was 12.
Just wasting my
It's
time.
the same thing.
For people who are too anxious for the 4 agreements.
Hang on, Tom Brady likes the 4 agreements. Let's relax for a second, please.
I feel it's been well received though. There has to be some part of you that feels good about this book.
I can't feel good yet. I can't.
What would make you feel good?
Moment.
Does it have to hit number 1 on the bestseller? Does it have to make a certain amount of money? Does it have to, reach a certain fan? If you saw that a certain person was reading the book, you'd be oh my God, XYZ likes my book.
If I really feel it has impacted some people into feeling less crazy or alone in this world.
I mean, it's definitely going to do that.
So you need multiple people because a lot of artists say if I can affect one person, you need at least 2.
I'm gonna need about 100.
All right, 100 people.
I'm gonna need about 100 people, and I'm gonna need to have them all take lie detector tests.
I'll give you one. Here's one.
I think that could be a Netflix special. Get a bunch of people in a room, hook them up to a lie detector test. You get to quiz them and see if they make you happy.
Do you like me?
Yes. Imagine that. They're yeah, and the fucking buzzer goes off. You're God damn it, get out. You're fucking lying.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to be very well received. I think that like we are.
It also, I felt very cool reading it because, not to brag, we got it a little early, and I was like, ooh, this doesn't come out till the 17th. Look at me.
So I mean that counts a lot. This guy
I
feels
didn't
cool
know,
because of your book.
it's cool that you guys are feeling like you could be the demographic for it. I have no idea who
I
it's
think
for.
I definitively believe that anyone who listens to this podcast is absolutely the demographic for it.
I don't know exactly how to like capture what our demo is, but it is exactly this. Like,
Yeah, I just do a lot of whining about how I'm sad, so it's perfect.
all the porn stars are gonna love it.
we're gonna play a game real quick with you called Answer the Internet. It's a bunch of hypothetical questions we've gotten from our fans and from the internet over the years. Okay, so just like silly, nonsensical shit. But I guess here we'll start easy with something we just kind of touched upon before. Would you rather always have to wear jeans or always have to wear shorts?
Jeans. What kind of shorts? Like boxers or like jean shorts?
Yeah, like regular shorts. I don't know why we went to boxers.
Boxers?
The
Heavens
fuck?
to Betsy, that's
Well, if I can
underpants.
choose what kind of shorts I'm wearing, then I'd probably
You can choose
a
both
comfy-
both kinds of.
Yeah, you can wear some raw denim if you'd like, or you
I
can
could
wear.
wear like a jegging or like boxer.
No,
briefs.
it's got to be like denim, like regular jeans. So like, you can't, like you said, when you get home and you want to put on your sweatpants, you can't do that. You gotta like sleep in jeans,
My
or
main
every time
question
you go out.
My main question whenever I'm asked a would you rather question is, does everyone know that I had to choose one of these? Like, so like when they see me, they know, oh, that's the girl who
Yeah,
had
they
to
just
do the
judge
would
you from a
rather.
distance. Like that girl's wearing shorts. Why?
I think I'd have to go with jeans.
Yeah,
And
shorts.
I think it's
pretty
a bad
ridiculous.
question.
If you could see a sex tape with any two movie characters, who would it be?
Like all of the outsiders, I write them. Maybe Brokeback
That's what you
Mountain.
said that in the
Brokeback
fucking-
Mountain was like fucking the hottest thing ever. Like I don't know why Call Me by Your Name is like. I mean I do, but like Brokeback Mountain is like the shit.
Didn't you? You said that in the book. You said the closest you've ever gotten to watching porn is watching The Outsiders on repeat or something like that. What do you
There's
mean the
something
closest you
about
ever got to
this-
watching porn?
It's the denim jackets and the cigarettes and the grease and it's very hot.
And that's that. You're not going any further. You're not going to watch porn. You're just going to watch The Outsiders.
It's not for me. Like I don't really get why I would watch it. Like,
Well, it's
what
people having sex. It's naked people having sex.
Cazzie,
That's
I don't
why.
think we should have to explain this.
It's pretty
I
awesome.
don't want to watch other people having sex.
Oh, you want to watch yourself having sex?
No, I want to have sex. Like I don't need to watch anyone.
How much money would it take for you to not drink for a year? No tequila.
Is it a quarantine year?
Ooh, that's a good curveball. Yeah, that probably makes it worse, right?
Yeah.
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 Or I don't know. Are you drinking more in quarantine, or do you drink more when you're out in an awkward social setting?
Awkward social setting.
Yeah. Okay. So no, you're out. You're at the club. Your friends are dancing on the bar, all that shit, and you just got to be sober the whole time. That would kill
I would
you,
do
right?
it for like anything I say is gonna make me sound like crazy. I would probably do it for like 15K.
Okay. That's like a
pretty
normal.
low,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
that's a
Okay.
reasonable answer. I feel like I thought it was gonna be higher.
I might go higher.
What's your awkward Jeopardy interview story?
Oh, you got.
You know how like Trebek goes up to you, or R.I.P. How Ken Jennings goes up to you and says, like, whoa, blah blah blah, and you have this kind of weird story you tell. What's your like strange story you have?
She's got a lot
The first one I can think of is when I'm literally the worst person alive. When I met Obama, when I met President Obama,
Wow,
when I
you're
met
an
President
asshole.
Obama with my daddy, he was like so fucking nice and cool and funny. And I was introduced to him with my dad, and he was like, "Hi, like, what's your name?" And I was like, "Cazzie." And he was like, "How are you doing?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter." I was like, "It just doesn't, like, it couldn't matter less." And he was like, "Okay, all right."
How old were you at the time?
I was like 18.
That's amazing. It doesn't matter, President, Mr. President. It does not
Couldn't
matter.
matter less.
I can see him being
That's-
like, okay, cool. Good.
That's the best answer
Yeah.
possible. To this
That is
story.
a very,
It's so good.
very good one. What movie most recently made you cry? Are you a crier?
Yeah, I'm definitely a crier. I cry.
It's
at
kind of
everything.
rhetorical.
I think I cried at the end of Queen's Gambit, which is not a movie, but
Such a good show.
It's an okay show.
Oh, fuck
It's an
off.
okay show.
No, it's not. It's
fuck
awesome,
you.
dude.
It's
a fucking awesome show.
It's very like everyone
it
is
is
very
unbelievable.
talented. It's good. I'll be on. Want to hear something crazy?
I need to hear why you think this is just an
It's
okay
just
show.
because I'm a contrarian and a
Yeah,
piece of
he
shit.
he watched it after we all
But
saw it.
seriously, I am the biggest contrarian, and I like literally can't help but admit that I love it, and it's amazing.
That show is amazing.
I was
So
watching
you're
it.
strong. You're strong.
I watched it. So I watched it. I think I started it Friday. No. I forget what night. Yeah, I forget. Yeah, I think it was Friday night. Last week, and I was finishing episode 7 Saturday morning when the announcement happened that Biden had won. So I flipped over to CNN, and I haven't finished episode 7.
I mean,
It can't be that good if I don't need to see how it ends.
you're just incredible.
And also,
Raw.
I hate that motherfucker from fucking Love Actually.
the kid,
That
Oh.
Benny.
Benny.
Benny, that little piece of shit. He still looks like a piece of shit. He looked like a piece of shit when he was 6, and he still does.
I think that show is one of the best shows I've seen in a long time.
It's
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
very, very good. I
I'm
don't want to
sorry,
be like.
it sucks for contrarians when everyone loves something. It's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make it black and white, like, oh, it sucked. It's very good, but there were just parts of it, and I guess I just don't have a good enough understanding of the chess world, where because I was like, well, how is she good playing the first time ever? It doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no backstory to this,
savant.
and people just tell me that I guess that's how chess works. Where like if you're
You just see the Matrix, man.
Yeah, you
see
just
the-
I
get
love
it.
seeing
And also show the
myself reflected back at me. It's really quite a trip. I'm
are
talking like you.
are you good at that, at like making yourself the main character in every show ever?
I don't know what that means, but no, I'm talking about you because you're like shitting on something that like makes no sense. Like that's what I.
What's your biggest like contrarian thing? Like, what's the
If-
one?
If a movie's getting like a ton of press and they're like really pushing for it, like I will never see it.
But like, do you have an example of that? One that like everybody loved that you just like stuck to your guns and were like, fuck this. Like
yeah.
I absolutely hate The Godfather, and I think it's a terrible, terrible movie, and I lose like a lot of fans every time I say that, and I just will never waver on it. I think it's a piece of shit.
I have a really bad one.
Let's go.
There's 2. I never saw Get Out.
Okay, that makes you like racist.
I thought Get Out was fine, so I'm
Yeah.
on the same page.
But also I don't like scary movies. So like that was another reason. But also it was just like stop begging me to see like
Right.
I would never see Hamilton because of it. You know, there's just things I wouldn't see. I didn't see Booksmart. I thought the press of that was as if like they were the team who like cured cancer. So I'm a contrarian in that way. And I'm really scared that like if people see my book too much, it's gonna be like a situation that I would be disgusted by. So
Oh my God, you're gonna end up hating your own book because it's so
I know,
popular.
I'm gonna be like, that's the worst book ever. Like
You know what? That's the answer to the question of like, what would it take for you to be like, I guess not happy again, but to consider your book a success. The minute that you're like, ugh, don't read my book, as too many people are
Yeah.
talking about it, that's how you know it's a success.
maybe, perhaps.
That's what they say. You don't have a brand until you hate it.
Yeah.
I would
And the
hope
brand
that
of
it
Cazzie
would
is
never reach that level. That's like a nightmare for me.
What is your brand? You asked us what our brand is. What's the Cazzie David brand?
You know, I try, I really do my best to, it seems like my brand is becoming like neuroses and anxiety and depression and
Yeah.
you're creeping on our territory.
yeah, I'm sorry. I really am like trying my best not to like make that my brand. Like it is who I am. So it's like there's not much I can do about it.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
desperately
not
want to be
promising-
someone else too.
There's a difference between being yourself and then like making sure something's your brand. Like when someone's acting like super quirky online, it's like, are they really weird or are they like trying to make you think they're really weird?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a difference.
So this is just like true blue you. You're never hamming it up. You're never thinking about like how to make it best for content. This is just
No.
Yeah.
I'd like to be it's weird because I reveal so much about myself, but I still like want to remain like slightly mysterious, like which will it's again a contradiction, but I would hope like my brand is like a little bit like on the edge of both of those things.
I think it kind of works though. I think it's like, I mean, I haven't finished the book, so like there's a lot maybe that you will reveal, but I also think that there's a vibe of like, what is this chick about? So I think you're working it. I think mission accomplished so far. Last question here for you. If you could have an endless supply of anything, what would it be?
Weed, obviously.
Hey, great answer. How much has weed like saved you?
It's like, you know.
Yeah, like not like it's got.
Oh, those are the fucking pens they had when we were doing. That's that shit they had on the desk when we were in LA.
The prepackaged.
They're the fucking best because
it vibrates when you've smoked enough, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really don't get you too high, but they really like take away any like nausea, and they help me eat when I'm super anxious, like today and yesterday and the day before and the day before that.
They say they help you eat.
It's this press week I've like been, you know, having some.
Are you just having like the worst time doing press? Do you hate this?
I literally woke up this morning and like cried.
How scale of 1 to 10?
But
give me an honest answer. How bad? No, how bad was this?
This has been the best.
Don't just say that.
Great.
Don't just say that.
This was great. I'm serious. I've been looking forward to this, and like this is fun, and we can just talk, and I didn't have to answer. I didn't have to like sound like I think I'm taking myself seriously.
All right. Well, then that feels like mission accomplished to me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead.
Best.
Yeah.
All right. Last question. Where's your spot on the vineyard?
You guys, I've had a really tough time on Twitter this week with all the privilege stuff, so maybe don't bring up the vineyard.
Oh yeah, because answering after that fucking Obama question, talking about where you vacation.
That was honestly that was my dad's question because my parents have a house on the vineyard too, and he's like, ask her where she likes to go on the vineyard, and I was squeezing that in for him. I don't personally care. I'm not going to stalk you there, but my dad wanted me to ask it, so I asked it.
Tell him we live in Chilmark.
So nowhere is the answer.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a joke, guys. Never been.
I hope it wasn't too painful for you, and I hope that the rest of the press isn't too bad either, because it feels like you dread every second of it. But the book is very cool, and I feel like people in our crowd are really gonna love it. So I hope that our fans are good to you and go read the book and give you good feedback and whatnot, because I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of them.
Thanks so much. That's really, really nice, and you guys are awesome.
All right, continued success. Thanks for the time.
Bye, guys.
I'm gonna hit you with a little YouTube sabermetrics. Okay, only 15% of people who watch the videos on the KFC radio channel are actually subscribed. That means,
you fucking lurkers. I'm
right?
tired. Yeah,
free,
I'm tired 85%
freeloaders.
Retweet, like, fucking heart on Instagram.
Rate, review, subscribe.
If you enjoy content, double tap it.
Literally,
double tap to subscribe.
Just click. It doesn't. I think you only have to click it once, not even double.
Well, okay,
just one click.
But I'm not a mathematician. Just a one click works.
Because I don't want. If you double click, you might subscribe and then unsubscribe.
Oh, true.
So just one click.
3 clicks.
3 clicks to subscribe, because otherwise, I mean, it literally doesn't affect you at all, and it will basically make our careers so much better.
Oh,
Please
so much better.
Do it.
Oh, you'll get us so good.
Please.
You'll get us going
Come on.
85% of you.
Don't be poor.
Triple top. The thing. The subscribe thing.
Smash that button, as they say.